Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. But before we get to our tonight's episode, we have some quick announcements to get through, beginning with our first sponsor, which is a brand new sponsor to Critical Role, an awesome clothing company called Snag. Sam, tell us about them.
I will. Snag started 5 years ago in Scotland, but already has 2 million customers worldwide. They are a fully size-inclusive clothing company whose clothes actually fit every body. If you've ever been told, thank you. If you've ever been told you're the wrong size, shape, or gender to wear what you want, you're not the problem. The fashion patriarchy is, and Snag is on a quest to take them down one pair of legs at a time. Snag makes all kinds of clothes, but their original and most popular product is tights. But you shouldn't listen to Sam Riegel about this. No? Tonight, why don't we let the tights do the talking?
Oh, God, what's happening?
Okay.
Oh, can you even see you?
Okay. Oh, I think I can. Hello, world. It's me, Snag Tights. I'm plastic packaging free, and I use vegan dyes and develop my sizes on real people. I come in lots of varieties, like...
Can the mic pick you up down there?
Yeah, we got one down here for me.
Oh, good.
Check out these!
Oh, my God.
These, over here, these! Cable knit merino wool tights, perfect for cold weather. Ooh, so warm.
Gross, I don't like it.
Or
I like
these.
tights. I don't like Sam.
These fishnets when you're feeling fancy. Ooh la la!
I've
They
actually seen
have tights
this
for
1,000
every
times.
occasion. The office, a night out, a cosplay convention, even a Critical Role live show. Snag has your legs covered. Also, the blood is rushing to my head and I'm seeing strange colors. Wait, that's not me blacking out. It's the dazzling array of colors and styles that Snag come in. Look at these! And these! Oh no! I can't feel my extremities! Mommy!
Oh, yeah, he passed out.
Well, whatever. Snag actually is happening, so they sent all of us tights. Look at all these! Show 'em off. Clothes and tights that actually fit. Why the Snag not? Be sure to check out all of their collection online at snags.world/critical role. This is the back. Should we call an ambulance? Nah.
No, he's fine. We don't really need
It'll
him.
be great.
We can,
Finally
we
free.
can trade it.
Matt, Snag to you.
Oh, boy. Thank you, Ashley. And I'll probably get more people on his OnlySams after that. News from the Royal Court.
Only Sam?
I did.
Nice.
News from the Royal Court of Darrington Press. The second edition for the Queen by award-winning game director Alex Roberts is coming later this year. For the Queen is an amazing, easy-to-learn collaborative card-based game of building a tale of love, betrayal, doubt, and devotion towards the Queen as your characters accompany her on a journey. I love this game so much. Find the second edition of For the Queen, which includes a ton of new art and additional story cards, on May 14th at Critical Role online shops, Darrington Press guild stores, and other friendly local game stores. Brain short circuit. But sign up for updates at darringtonpress.com/newsletter. Marisha, you're up.
Let's talk Candela Obscura.
Oh boy.
The esoteric investigations of the Circle and Tide and Bone came to a rousing conclusion last Thursday. You can now watch the whole thing on Twitch and YouTube, especially for those of you all who binge watch. I see you. I know you're out there. I would like to give a massive thanks to our GM, Abria Iyengar. Oh,
Yes.
she's so dreamy for leading us on these assignments, and of course, players Sam Riegel, Nashir Dalal, Gina Darling, and Liam O'Brien. We hope their investigations inspire you to go on your own. Also, Midst Season 3 is launching on February 14th. Great little Valentine's Day present you can snuggle up. The Mitts narrators will join us on for a roundtable next Wednesday, February 7th, with Sam and I. They'll answer questions about season 2, showcase gorgeous episode artwork, and tease what's to come in season 3. And while season 3 will bring the current narrative to an end, do not worry, because there's so much more to this cosmos that it has to offer, and we're so excited to explore everything the Mitts universe has with the amazing creative team at Third Person, and maybe talk about some new projects in the future.
Oh, snap. Did you know Sam is still alive down there?
He's purple, but he's all right. On January... wait, let me start over. Our January... On January it's done now. Our January four-sided dive with our guest host, Abubakar Salim.
Yeah, baby.
It's available right now. It was fun. I think we annoyed the hell out of him. It was great.
He's awesome.
He's so great. We don't deserve him. Now, we will not have a four-sided dive this month, the month of February, so look forward to the next one in March. We just have a lot of shit going on. It'll make sense in time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Speaking of March.
Oh.
Yes, Laura.
Nope, speaking of merch.
We have some. Would you like to see it? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. This has been out for a little bit, but I'm showing it now. We have this. It's our Chetney Pockopee pullover knit hoodie, and check it out. On the inside, it's like his hat.
It's so
So
comfy.
cute.
Oh.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
It's
Travis
so
has been
cozy.
wearing this one.
I wear it a lot at home, and I don't wash it.
Yeah, I might.
We know.
I didn't know that. I might keep that one for myself. Okay. Or you can keep it. I have other ones, I'm sure. And then we also have. Let me make sure I'm saying it. Yes, we have. This is from Candela Obscura. It's our blueprint T-shirt. You may notice, or you may not, that it is an arcane siphon blueprint. The artist is Sean Ellis. It's one of the illustrators from the Candela Obscura core rulebook, and it's amazing and awesome. And I just liked the design so much that we put it on a blue one for the UK because variants and stuff.
So cute.
Watch
That's
out for that
awesome.
bleed.
Thank you, Laura.
That's all I've got.
Oh.
I'll talk about comic books, because we make them. Over at Dark Horse, we're back to Vox Machina Origins. After a break, Series 4 begins with issue number 1.
Let's go, baby!
Oh, mysterious disappearance, an ominous basement. Remember that from home game?
Yeah.
And dark surprises await.
times.
Vox Machina.
There's an asshole.
The creative team features a new artist to the series. Love the work on these pages by Noah Hayes, and we have returning colorist Diana Souza and letterer Ariana Marr. You can look for it on May 29th. I don't know why I'm steepling my hands at your local.
I don't trust you suddenly. I don't-
Don't ditch it. You can't man it now.
For the latest updates on our comics, graphic novels, and other creations with Dark Horse, check out critroll.com/darkhorseguide.
Da-da-da.
That's it.
Brilliant.
Comic books.
Thank you, Leah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Speaking of which, I think that
Oh, God. What was that metal one?
Holy shit!
Got me in the dick.
They tricked me too. Well, the second one was true.
We go back. Let me try. Did you use a
Bad
D4?
20? Well,
I
no.
had to gauge the windage.
I was really proud
Are
of
you
that.
serious? You're gonna try it too? Yeah.
while you prepare for your various...
It's sharp. That's a sharp one.
We're on the moon. We gotta get serious.
Hey-o. There you go. That's the one.
I
Hey-o.
don't want any of my dice touching Sam's stick.
With that, children,
Yes. Likewise.
that concludes our announcements. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen
all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back. So, last we left off, Bell's Hells, after meeting with some of the various important Exandrian figures trying to plot along with you what is happening upon Ruidus and how to stop it, you put yourselves forward as the ones to do this intel mission, to figure out as much as you can about the goings-on so the Exandrian forces can plan accordingly when the time is right. In doing so, you rallied yourselves, and with the help of the Voice of the Tempest, you snuck into the Tishtan excavation site once more, seeing them now bolstering their defenses, new technology being incorporated into the surroundings of the key itself. You stealthed past many members of the Ruby Vanguard and the Rylorn defenses. Attempting to climb to the Malleus Key, it seemed that combat was a necessity after some not quite as smooth stealth attempts had transpired, but I think overall, you managed to climb towards the top piecemeal, somewhat rickety map piece of an advancement to the Malleus Key, my apologies. But in doing so, you damaged and distracted a number of the surrounding guard in the vicinity. You fought the Thought Eater, one of the various powerful mystic Rylorans that was guarding the spot behind Odahan Thul, who had darted off towards the distraction that had been built by the remaining forces of the Exandrian mines. And upon climbing it, did so while also bringing along with you a possum-transformed juggernaut. As you all found yourselves being thrust through the energy blast that is the Bloody Bridge, you found yourselves now standing on the surface of the red moon of ill omen.
Let's go.
Ruidus.
Let's go.
What?
Looking up, you can see a portion of the sky is now encompassed by the beautiful glowing blue-green sight of your homeworld, Exandria. And as your eyes come down on the space around you on the horizon, you can see the majority of which is clouded in ever-shifting either away or towards you, roiling dust storms of red in the distance, the dappled stars above still being slowly consumed by the ever-prominent and dangerous-looking storms, very familiar to you. As you look into the space around you, you can see the glow of the ground where the Bloody Bridge arrives here, kind of filling the space with the reddish energy. And beyond that, you see what looks to be a makeshift encampment. There are built walls of what looks like bone and glass and stone that have been put together in a kind of ramshod manner. You can see there are tents and small structures surrounding this, like a temporary military encampment have been built around this arrival site. You can see there's like a large pillar with a bell hanging on it. You can see there's the weird reddish plant material, almost like a scrub brush that is growing and kind of grasping onto bits of exposed stone around here. The first real sign in person of vegetation on this land, though unfamiliar in some odd ways. You can see spires of strange rock kind of poking through the ground in places, like the very presence of the magic of the Bloody Bridge is like tearing and pulling elements up from the ground beneath. But this is an encampment, and you have no idea how many people may or may not be in it. And you know there's something coming behind you, likely very soon. In this brief moment before we go into possibly another initiative, what are you doing?
Can we see anybody, like, visible right now?
I'll put down the map for you just so you can see what's here.
This map brought to you by
That fast.
Combat brought to you by WizKids Minis Fresh Cut Grass. That's me. Ashton Graymore and Fern Calloway are ready to join your couch party. That sounds dirty. Order your plush friends today. Check out the Bells Hells plush at whizkids.io/Bells Hells plush.
Oh, snap.
Whoa!
Okay, so maybe not as ramshackle as I thought.
Whoa.
Is that the bell tower?
Did we see this before?
What is
No,
that
that's the
for?
bell tower.
What the fuck is that for?
And
Oh, if Scanlon could see me now, my sweet boy.
Wait, what? You're Scanlan's dad?
You don't know.
Just dropping that
Who's
shit right on the
Scanlan?
Oh my god.
Whoa, look at the portal light.
as you all
Oh, that's where we come from.
From this
this is
perspective,
awkward.
it does look
cool.
like we're standing on pudding.
I say like brie cheese.
Yum.
It's like some nice tapioca.
We got to a moment where like,
you
I
guys,
knew it.
I
Fucking
remember our
cheese.
brunches?
I know, that's what I immediately
yeah.
thought.
You're still in your
I
role.
love the little.
Yes.
Okay, that visual effect is amazing.
Right away, Orm's going to hop up onto Fern's shoulder and hold on to her horns and scan around and see if anyone is in sight, sees us.
And
Perception check.
I'll match his perception and look for cover, like structures.
we need to
that
move.
could
still
hide
standing here in the center?
in. Yeah.
We need to move now. That thought eater was coming through.
It was
Left or right?
a thought eater and a juggernaut that's coming through.
Possibly.
Juggernaut,
The Juggernaut
might
is a
already
possum.
be through. I'm looking for the possum.
You look down and see this tiny little possum is like biting at your wheel.
I wheel back to hit him.
Pick him up. Take him with us.
I had the bag. I was trying to put him in the bag.
I'll gently
We
usher
gotta
him into the
move.
bag.
Yeah, let's go.
Question for the DM: is that an open space between the fences, or is that enclosed? Like, are we in a enclosed?
But is that just miniature?
Correct. That is just miniature setup. It is enclosed. You,
Oh shit! How the fuck do we get out of this fence?
Jump.
well, made a perception check.
27.
27?
Looking for
Kind
anybody.
of leaping up over that point. 27 is pretty decent. You do see over in this area, there are two, it looks like conversing Rylorans over on that edge.
I can see through the fence.
No, he jumped up.
He
over.
jumped up on
Oh,
Fern's
okay.
horns and is
Sure.
glancing over quickly. And you can see other figures kind of just walking through some of the tents. And it is, now that you get a top view, you are in the center of probably about 60-ish buildings built entirely around the center of the Bloody Bridge's arrival place. You've dropped
So
right into the
cool.
center of another encampment.
Can we jump up and over and hide behind these rocks right here?
Right
Just
here?
like get out of this way. Like I was
you're
thinking that way.
They're gonna hit the bell.
Yeah, you can. All right, so you rush over this way.
Oh yeah,
opposite
if
way
we
should
will they
go.
ring the bell? You think is that like a?
Well, I think that's gonna
Alarm
be if people have come through, start
Yeah.
looking
Are
at
there
them.
any gaps? Yes, I go with I go. Let's all move over there just so we can huddle and discuss real quick. Are there any doors, gates, gaps
This
in
looks
the?
like we're right by a tent. Is there somebody in this tent that we're just hopping over?
You don't know.
Is there a,
Go, go,
a
go.
door? We gotta move.
I will smell and use my keen senses to try and perceive if anybody's in there. Do I
Sure.
sense, smell, hear
We
anybody
should all
in
be
there?
like crouching and like ducking behind things as we can.
I'm following the group, and I'm just trying to keep an eye on anything to hit.
Do we still have pass of that? No, we don't.
So
have pass
people are
of
still
that.
moving back
We
over
don't
this
know.
way.
I think I'm in.
Wolf nose.
No, because you're currently concentrating on
polymorph.
the polymorph.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a concentration.
Yeah.
It is.
I
Fern, where are you going?
I'm gonna go over there as well.
Rest of the group?
But since Mr. Possum is in the bag of holding now, can I concentrate?
You try to throw him in the
We
bag of
put him in
holding?
the bag of holding.
That's what we were attempting. FCG
Okay.
and I.
So
Okay.
we have a
Well, who's going to try that? It's going to try and resist.
Oh,
Being
I was,
grappled.
I was trying to shove it in, and she was helping by opening the bag.
So go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Strength
Against
against the
possums.
possum's
Possums are
strength.
fucking. They're nuts.
They're wily.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
nasty.
Okay, just a strength check.
Or
15.
athletics, I'll say.
Okay, still 15.
Still 15. Yeah, no, he didn't roll it. And it just kind of vanishes into the bag of holding.
Good.
You're gonna unconcentrate,
Yeah.
He's in like
He's in the bag now. He's out in the
but won't he
void.
poof out and
No, it's a
explode the
bag of
bag?
holding.
No, he's just probably gonna
Suffocate.
die.
die in there.
Yes.
London, we're doing.
Are people hiding?
Yeah, they're all kind of
hiding over
clambering
there.
over this side.
I'll hide.
That's
Kind of dart and join them over this space.
Here we go.
You following
No,
suit?
it's better to stay together right now. Yeah, I'll follow suit.
Okay.
Now you can
Run in long
pass the
space over here,
choice
but you have a pretty decent like leap, so you can come down to this
We're
side
trying
if
to
you want
hide.
to. And you leap down into that space, which immediately reveals to you the opening to the back of this tent. And on the inside, you hear something rustling.
Pass without a trace.
Okay, you guys have
She
stealth
yells
checks.
that.
All right.
Be real quiet.
What do you do?
I was running towards the tent and I rolled a 19 to use my senses, nose, and ears to see if there was anything in the tent.
Okay. So as you darted past and kind of land next to Orm in this space, you both kind of like, poof, poof. You hear the rustling. The scents here are unique. You've not smelled a space like this before. You've been near Rylorans and you can pick up their scent a little bit more, but like all of the surrounding flora, the stone and dust around here, it's kind of overwhelming you for a moment, but it also means that you can very quickly pick up the scent of what is likely Rylora in that tent.
Should we rush him?
In the tent?
Yeah.
He'll send out a message to everyone around.
Oh, because they do mental shit? Sick.
It's about this moment that you see a flash, a pulsing burst of energy from the Bloody Bridge itself as it descends into this place. Immediately,
Are we hiding? We're hiding, right?
We duck.
you watch as the Thought Eater, still like bloodied and recovering from the recent conflict with all of you, immediately darts out from the bridge and kind of floats up in the air, its robes just floating around it. Shortly thereafter,
celestial body.
Another juggernaut.
One of the juggernauts that was pursuing from behind and begins to clamber through.
I. Fuck.
Not now, Laudness.
Rain check.
Unbelievable.
Stress reliever, but now it's not the time.
I am going to cast Phantasmal Force on the Juggernaut because I think he's gonna be. Shut up! I think he's gonna be stupider, and
Okay.
I want him to believe that he sees.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe this.
Wow.
He sees like the heels of me and Imogen and Chetney running this direction through the fence.
Okay.
There's no gap.
There's no gap. It's even
Yeah.
though there
That good.
is,
We're-
it's just an approximation.
We are
We'd already
jumping
been
over
away
the
too.
fence. We scaled it, and he sees us
got it.
jump down, and we're running that way.
That's going to be a 15.
Failed.
Fail. You rolled pretty decent, but yeah. All right. So that's going to be your casting on at that point. Since they've arrived, and it was your initial jump point,
Initiative.
everyone roll a new initiative.
Should we roll for stealth since we passed it out of chase and stuff?
Pass without a trace and jump behind? Sure. Yeah, we'll say everybody can go ahead and roll a group stealth check.
Okay.
So, stealth checks here. We'll go with that first, and then we'll go to initiative, since that was what we were doing there.
35.
Better than I thought.
5,
I
okay.
thought it was a 2, but it's a 9. Sorry.
25.
25, okay. FCG, what you
Oh,
got?
sorry. 26 then.
26,
20,
20. All right.
30.
30,
24.
24, got it.
28.
28, alrighty.
Bonus moon landing initiative.
All right. So,
boy.
now, initiative, 25 to 20.
20.
Oh, that's 23.
23.
I think so. Wait,
Ashton,
is that a 1 or is
Imogen?
that a... Nope, yeah, that's 23.
24.
Oh,
Oh, wait. So, wait. Orem.
Orem, Ashton, Imogen.
Orem, Ash.
Imogen.
Wait, Orem is before Ash? Jesus.
Sorry, I was too busy thinking, what the fuck are we going to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. 2015,
18.
19. What's your dexterity?
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
14 plus 2 to my
14, got
dex.
it. Alrighty.
Ladna Chet,
On the shed.
19, 18.
All right. 15 to 10.
15.
15. All right.
Good job, Fern.
Thanks.
Wait,
Wait, I'm 15.
You're
What are you?
Ladna
say it
Chet,
yet.
Fern.
Oh. Laudna, Chet, Fern. Okay.
Orem, Ashton, Imogen,
FCG,
Ladna, Chet,
gold
Fern.
balls.
2.
FC.
All right.
You're a cleric. Clerics roll
With the juggernaut immediately kind of grasping its head for a second, then looking over in that direction, poof, slamming its fists together, the illusion that you would put through its mind taking hold. The initiative order kicks in with Orem. You're up first with Ashton on deck.
Whew, I have no idea what we're gonna do. So what I am gonna do is crouch by just off the side of the tent's entrance and hold an attack on if anything threatening comes out.
Okay. So you kind of dart off to the side where, right in front of Chet, you can kind of keep your weapon ready.
Yeah.
You got it. So readying your action there for an attack as soon as it comes through. That's the end of your turn. Ashton, you're up next with Imogen on deck.
Well, I suppose that's the end of my rage. I am going to try. Is it possible to get to the other side of that tent without being in the line of sight of this awful flying psychic nightmare?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to break eye contact with it, because every other space you could do that is filled with your friends who are also hiding.
Okay, so there's no... I suppose I am going to hold a... At the moment, I'm going to hold a rage. So, well, no, because then I spend it no matter what. That's silly. I'm going to... Fuck it. I'm going to... I'm not good at. I'm going to hold my attack. Where am I there? We're hidden enough from this motherfucker, right?
Do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my attack, watching and keep an eye on him, but listening for Orem to do his thing. And if I do, I'm gonna try and take a swing at anything that's close to me.
You got it. Imogen, you're up.
Because if they go and ring this
That bell.
it'd be awesome if we could silence it, but I don't think we have.
But the thing is if they ring the bell, they can let everybody know with one thought. They don't need a bell to let people know.
They must need a bell, otherwise they wouldn't have a bell.
Maybe that's for the non-Raylorans.
Maybe the bell is for like their cattle, like let them know like when it's time to eat and stuff.
Maybe it's for us. Maybe it's for Bell's Health.
Oh,
it's to welcome us.
I have a
welcome
question.
bell.
Yes.
I feel like I would know this from having done spells a lot.
Sure.
If I cast a spell
Yeah.
that is in a different place than myself, like a distance spell,
Yeah.
they can't tell where the spell originated from, right?
It depends. Because casting a spell, does it have a verbal component?
I don't know.
It means you have to speak to cast the spell, which does make a little bit of noise.
But if I'm whispering.
True.
It's a forceful whisper.
And we're passed without a trace.
Daddy didn't raise no whisper.
Also, a side question. I feel like you would have said something.
He's also
but
an asshole.
Gravity's cool. There's no total recall, eye bulging, anything.
Make Constitution. No, you're fine.
Why would you say that?
You're fine.
We can turn into clouds, but
Yeah, but
that
it takes a
a
minute.
minute, and
We'd be dead.
we're dumb while we're doing it too.
Yes.
We'd have to find really good cover.
Yeah, we have to find
the normal.
We have to hide.
For him to do that.
So,
Your
what are you
answer
trying to
is
do?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It's always the answer.
He's floating in the air above the fence. People can see him if we attack him.
Yeah, like we can't attack that thing.
Is he like? What's he doing up there? Is he just like
He's I bet he's
picking
doing
his
Right now,
nails? Yeah,
looking
like, picking
around.
his nails and
Looking for all of you.
Do you have anything
is he
defensive?
checking his texts now that he's home?
No, checking his Apple Watch.
Okay.
I don't know. It's more polite. I have
I learned mystics. They're upgraded. Better than I am.
We did see the Juggernaut
no
like be like
range
towards
You did.
the direction.
You're the only one who has context for what you did to it, so you noticed that. What you
But
got?
I can get us out of this wall if we can last around.
To get out of the wall and then
Can you
run.
silently
but like,
get
I
us
can
through?
silently open a hole in the wall.
That
Great.
sounds good.
so is it okay?
So next
And then once we're on the other side of the wall, we have a bunch of tents of Lawrence to get past.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're
It's better
they're
than
not
being
expecting
here.
us.
Yeah.
and we're not
We're still
readable.
dressed in the.
Didn't we take some
We
cloaks and stuff?
dressed like
Yeah.
Just like the
Ruby.
buffet
You
bar.
still have Vanguard outfits on. Those
Oh.
of you that were dressed.
So they might think we're just.
So these two definitely know what to look for.
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
everybody.
but not everybody.
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
No, and we're not. I think we're psychically cloaked still, if I recall.
Yes.
You're able to talk psychically to each other.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So all of this conversation is just.
Yeah.
Happening in
Okay,
opposite
I
times.
am
missed that
going
one. That is
to.
great.
Which is a great point. So I tell everybody I think I distracted the Juggernaut.
Okay.
I tell them that, so they hopefully don't ruin
Do you
that
tell us that
immediately.
as confidently as you just said that?
Yes.
Initiative are we on?
Yep.
We got through
Now we're on
think I-
Imogen's.
Imogen's,
I
so
can't-
maybe
can't
Laudna. I
confirm
don't know.
nor
I think
deny,
something
but-
was going to happen before Laudna's.
Can I hold a spell
What do you
for
want
if
to hold?
they like spot us?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Or if Yeah, if there's any aggressiveness towards us, I'm gonna hold.
Okay, you got it.
Let's go.
All right, that finishes your turn. What spell are you holding?
That's a good question.
The finger.
I was debating.
Mending.
I mean,
I think I'm gonna hold lightning bolt.
Okay, got it.
It's a good one to waste.
All right. So. All right. So that finishes your turn. That brings us to the thought
trying to get
eater's
away.
turn.
You're right. You're 100% right.
The thought eater is up there and scanning the vicinity.
And everybody, empty your brains. Don't think anything.
Oh shit! I'm thinking about not thinking about it.
It just popped in there.
Right.
The Ryloran kind of glances around for a second. And you see it like look frustratingly. And it kind of takes its left hand and does this.
Ow, the
As it does, the bell. Ping, ding, 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 ding.
We should just run
That
over
kind of
and
magic
like,
is
grab
impossible.
We can't hit him. He's in clear view of
Climbs up.
Yeah. He gets higher?
Yep, he gets taller up there.
Shit.
Because he's looking for a better vantage point. Because he cannot seem to pick up your minds.
And also, if you could refresh us.
Rings of mind shielding.
I
or
know we
whatever they're
just
called.
fought him. Was he super rough in any way?
He's looking wrecked. He's looking real wrecked.
Shit.
But we can't take him out there.
I forgot to ask how fucked up he was.
I think Matt said it, but we just are too nervous.
Is that right?
It's okay.
Did you say that?
He did.
Yeah, but I mean, he was still floating in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Kinda.
And also, an attack with like magic would have everyone could see it. It's like
see
it's
it.
way
It was on display.
bad. It's bad.
But now it's
succeeded
super duper.
in messing with the big guy's mind that he saw people climb over the fence.
Maybe. We'll see. That finishes his turn.
That way, like,
London,
ah.
it's your turn now. The bell has rung loudly, and now that it's come to your turn, you hear howls in the distance.
Like
These odd echoing, like
We gotta push
off in the
that hole
area.
and run. Yeah, we gotta move. We are on the X.
There's moon wolves.
Even if there's a dude in this tent, we need to get moving this way.
I'm sure he's scanning the horizon. How quickly is he turning? Is like, what's the spotlight speed here?
On him?
Yeah.
Guy facing.
I'd say he's drifting.
If a werewolf is on the moon, is it
Like he's
always
doing
a
the full like.
moon?
How do you feel? How do you feel, Chet?
So so we could possibly clock out of his range of speed if we were.
So he's-
Certainly try.
Certainly try. Okay.
He's turned right now.
Yeah.
Were we gonna try and loop around? And this guy also turned that direction, right? The Juggernaut. So they're both looking away.
I was gonna say hopping into the tent is a great idea, or at least a temporarily great
There's someone
idea.
in the tent. Letters is saying that they
Go.
can
Go.
make a hole that way.
I'm not trying to make it harder for us. I'm just wondering how this works. This is just a morbid curiosity. We can all speak to each other in our minds,
Yes.
but we also have shielded our minds from.
No, but it's only against unwanted.
Okay.
Okay. Outer divination and things like that, and it seems to prevent the.
I just wanted to know how it works.
Yeah, it was the same as it's the exact same as my circle.
Whatever's in there, we'll be surprised and we can.
gating what is not wanted for the time
Got
being.
it. Okay, we'll do the corner.
How? Fuck. Shit.
About to come out
It feels
anyway.
like it's overwhelm the person in the tent or make a hole in the fence and run and start
It's
running.
about to come out
And
anyway.
we have no idea. Could be a scrub in the tent. Could be some heavy hitter. We have no idea.
But they just heard the bell.
Also feels like we gotta go by the tent to get to the fence.
Let's just go behind the tent.
I'm going to cast darkness at the front of the tent.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So he can't see when he
How
comes out.
wide is that?
So we can't see them when we.
How big is darkness?
15 feet.
Oh my god.
Well,
Can we go
gonna
behind
see,
the
They're
tent
gonna
now?
see dark.
Yeah.
Can we go around the
They're
back?
gonna see the darkness.
But then we can maybe run around before and scooch
That's
by
gonna
without a light.
Point us to where the
I
darkness
cannot
is.
do it
No,
if it's a
too
bad
late. It's too
idea.
late. It's done.
Do it.
Does
Do
the
it.
darkness? Does the darkness stay there?
I like it.
That's way bigger than 15 feet, isn't it?
15-foot radius is that?
Not diameter.
Radius.
Does it
5,
stay
10,
there?
15.
Does it stay put, or does it travel with us?
It stays put.
That actually might be good because they could all converge there. We're gone.
Actually, if it's
I like
covering
it.
part of the wall, then that's where
I'm
we
doing
could-
it. I said it out loud.
Do
You
it.
toss it down. The area right there just fills with a sphere of pitch black shadow that encompasses both Orm and Chetney.
Okay.
Both of you, your sight just goes to darkness.
Cool.
But you can still hear and smell.
Indeed. You still have your other senses about you, but suddenly
put
your
my hand
vision
on Orm's shoulder.
just blinks out in an instant. You reach out and grab Orm's shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Laudna, are you staying put or are you moving?
No, I'm gonna move through. I can see
You can
through.
see through
I can
magical
see through dark vision or through darkness. So can I reach over and grab Orm and drag him with me? Like
I'll allow it if you want to.
Dark vision doesn't work in this, right? Though.
Can you
I
see
have.
Through, you can see through magical darkness.
I can see through magical.
Damn!
I meant that I was prepping the spell. I can still move though, right?
Yeah, if you want
Can
to.
I try to get closer to the fence? Sorry, I would have done that. I just didn't say it.
Okay. Now here's the thing. You're all stealthed when you're on the still. If you're gonna move, I'm gonna say because he's watching, he's looking away. It's still gonna be another stealth check to see if he can pick up on you, but we can do it.
Okay. So we have to roll a stealth check to move.
So you
anywhere.
move, and you feel another hand, Orm, on you, begins to pull him forward, and we'll say, Chetney, if you want to go for it, since you're next anyway, you can follow suit.
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and make a stealth check for me, Laudna, if you don't mind.
We still pass without a trace. Do I have any other bonuses being in darkness? Nope. Oh my god.
We're gonna die, man. We're all gonna die.
It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a great year. That's a natural one.
Natural one. Well, here's the thing.
I don't know why I can't roll this entire campaign.
This is
I'm pretty
everything
sure
happens for a reason. This
So-
is how it's meant to be.
You create the darkness. You reach over and you take Orm's shoulder, and right as you kind of like move in, your foot hits this like small divot in the ground. Your ankle pop just pops out for a second, and you just collapse onto the ground. Now you make an impact sound, which draws at least the attention of this fellow, who turns and he just sees a sphere of shadow that sits there, which is now visibly present.
Let's go.
But nevertheless, that finishes
target
your
us.
turn.
Would I
Chetney, you're up.
Would I have moved? Should I roll a stealth check?
Oh yeah,
to
if you wanted to move to the end of your turn, then yes.
No, it's still working.
Okay, that's great.
We're
that's
surrounded.
We end with your turn. You make
So,
the hole,
over this
and
way?
I would
then
have gone over to the wall.
it'll be everyone else's round practically
there.
before.
And you are now, as you rush over the wall, just darkness around you.
He doesn't get to move until a full round, so we're
right.
pretty good.
Chetney.
I'm gonna continue moving towards the fence,
Okay.
and I've got Orm kind of in tow, so I'm just moving towards where we were headed towards. Even in darkness, I'll use my sniffing and hearing to hopefully keep a straight line, like swimming in the ocean at night.
Yep. And you do, and then your nose hits the edge of the wall, as you can like just catch it at the edge of the darkness.
Great. I will. I'll whisper back to FCG. Whoa! And
In his brain.
I will hold in my brain. Yes, thank you. In my brain, and I will hold my attacks in case I see someone up in my
got it.
face.
All right, that finishes your go. Fern, you're up.
Actually, and I hold with a bonus action, Blood Curse of the Binding.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Yeah?
You're normally like holding an action versus a bonus action, but I'll.
I'll hold the attacks. I'll hold the attacks.
Okay.
We're on the moon. We got to start off on the right foot.
All right,
what I
sure.
was asking.
Hi, okay.
Well, if you can,
I'm gonna-
find about just a part of the fence that
Ash,
is
do
not in the
it.
darkness.
Yes.
Ignore these people.
All right. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna prepare.
Darkness there. He can't
Well,
see.
I'm gonna bamf out Mister.
Okay.
Let's get him out, just ready to go. Rear in and ready.
Where do you
Hi,
want to throw
baby.
him around?
Just next to me.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're just sitting there like.
Yeah, the
Wall's covered.
And then I'm gonna prepare. I'm gonna run to the darkness to the wall. Just run till I hit the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, if you keep running, you'll.
20,
Yeah.
25, 30 is your movement.
Yes. No,
Okay.
35.
35.
Ow.
You just run into the wall alongside Chetney.
That's my strong backside.
Mister's gonna follow.
Mister's gonna follow.
He kind of follows behind you in the shadow. You hear once he goes into the shadow.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm trying to get a hole in the wall.
Alrighty.
Okay.
That finishes your
Yes.
go.
Can I hold?
Oh God. This is now you have
You
to
can hold a
make the
spell.
hole.
and
I'll hold
action.
Scorching Ray
Yep.
Okay. Until you have sight on something.
until I have sight on something.
sight unseen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is now the Juggernaut's go. What? The Juggernaut is going to bound
Nice. Nice.
Good.
and begin like searching around in the
would make a
vicinity
move.
of this way.
Good job.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Actually, it's an interesting question. Phantasmal Force is concentration. Darkness is also concentration.
Wait, no, Phantasmal Force.
One followed the other,
not.
right?
Phantasmal Force is concentration.
Is it?
It is.
Well, he still saw that.
It is, that's the same.
He did.
It is.
He did.
still saw it go
He
that
saw
way.
it. He leaps over there.
So now it's-
and now it's gone, and he looks confused.
Yeah.
Looks up at the Thought Eater, and looks over at the globe of shadow on the other side, and goes like, and is like preparing himself now to try and return.
Rat row.
At least he went the other way.
He did. All right.
One
so
gap.
Hot second.
finishing his go, you watch as a Ryloran steps out of the tent and immediately into the orb of shadow and like just kind of you don't see anything except for FCG and Ashton. The rest of you just hear some and you hear the footsteps, something like step into the space, and
Is he within striking distance?
immediately steps back into the
I hate this post.
Came out and did the.
Another fucking
He did
something
the
new every
Travolta.
day.
They're not all badasses. They are not all badasses. Good to
Name a
know.
day of the week
He Homer
in this
Simpson.
world.
Travolta means.
What's the day of the week in this world?
we'll say Myerson.
Myerson sucks.
Myers?
Wait, his name's Myerson?
No, that's
Sure.
the name of the day of the week.
Because I know all the days of the week. I was just having to pick one.
There's 8.
Myerson's, am I
I
right?
hate Myersons.
Myerson's, am I right?
I got that wrong. Anyway, so
Got that wrong.
that brings us to
It's different on Ruidus.
days. It's hard to pick a day here.
Yeah.
No, FCG, it's your go.
Okay. So much to do on this turn. First, just glancing up, just gonna take a mental image of what Exandria looks like, because I'm gonna check again in a few hours and see if it's rotated at all to prove that it's a sphere.
You're smart.
Wow.
And if it doesn't, it means it's not.
Yep.
Second,
Yep. The important. That's first.
Priorities.
Second, I'm gonna using a theater of the imagination here, Matt. It's the sphere. It's a sphere. It's a sphere of darkness, right? It
Yeah.
goes 20 feet up as well.
Well, the point where you pointed it at, it would be a dome from where you perspective. Because you pointed it at a point in the ground, and it kind of creates like a dome area.
Yeah, 15 feet. It's a sphere.
So 15 feet up.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to do my math here. So from his perspective, there exists a point.
A horizon?
But yeah, behind which he cannot see.
I see what you did there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Math.
So I'm going to scoot around the outside of the sphere if I can, stealthily, and
25, 30.
pointing.
You can't get around it, unfortunately. 30 feet only gets you kind of partially to the side.
If you go straight through, would
they're
he have gone
Mars.
straight through and hit the other side?
If you want to try and come around this way, you might cross visual perspective, but that'll get you a visual sight on the wall. But this way, you just don't have enough movement to get around the entire sphere.
But I can see wall. I just can't see the wall that's right behind the sphere.
Correct. You can see like the wall over on this side.
Yeah, that's probably in his eyesight as well.
Could you have gone straight through? Does the sphere touch the wall?
Could I have gone like through sort of bisect the edge of the, like as the crow flies way and cut off 5 feet?
I'll say because of the height you had up here in the sphere 15 feet, you could probably make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's see how keen your vision is here.
Perception 19.
19. As you're coming down the kind of the broken rock here on the edge of this platform where the Bloody Bridge lands, you see there's one little point where the dome of shadow and the top of the tent meet, and you have one little perspective point right there in the center where you think you can hit the wall
Okay.
that might be blocked by either the sphere or the tent.
Okay, I will do that. I will use the Staff of the Dark Odyssey, and I will aim it, and I'm going to cast Pass Wall at the wall as low as I possibly can, maybe like a 4 foot high door.
And you
Okay.
can make it go way past that.
It can go as deep as I want it to. I don't know how deep the wall is, so I'll just try to make it go 20 feet deep.
Okay. So you do that, and the portion of the structure there, just kind of dust goes around it in the shape of almost like a slightly rounded door, about 3.5 feet off the ground, 4 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Just nothing's opened, but you see that shape kind of appear there.
Wait, it's not open?
Meaning, like, it looks like a door-like space
okay.
has been carved around it.
Great. Okay. I will telepathically say, "There's a door open to the left of the sphere," and then I will use my movement to head toward it.
Okay. And the last of your movement will get you 10 feet this way. So you are now within the sphere of darkness as well.
Okay. Great. I think that's my. Oh wait, do I get a bonus action, or was my bonus action telling everybody what's going on?
Thinking.
I'll say between glancing at everything, unless you have something at the ready right now.
I don't. Go.
All right. Then we'll move on to Orem with Ashton on deck.
Wait, help my mind palace. I'm in the sphere or out of the sphere?
You are in the sphere.
You are next to me against the wall in the sphere.
And you know it's to the left of the sphere.
Of the sphere.
So walk left on the wall.
Yeah.
Your mind palace is as good as it would be for Orem right now, who's been in darkness for
So
the
I'll
past
just
like
do
4
this
seconds.
along the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of push forward to the edge of it, you move your hand, and you feel a part of the wall kind of give, and that section of it kind of like hits the ground as dust kind of kicks up, and you step out of the shadow, and you're now looking out beyond the wall into what looks like an alley along like some stones, some like rock outcropping, and you can see edges of the tent on either side.
Any threats? For a 21.
21. You don't see any, but you can definitely hear those howls in the distance, and they're getting louder, as well as hearing footfalls kind of scattered in the distance. You don't see anything immediately.
Okay, so there's alley ahead of me here?
There's alley this way and this way.
Okay, so it's going like this, right where we are? Yeah. Okay.
Like a T-junction?
I think really quick, left or right to the group, which would mean cutting up this way or
You're
going
the first. Make the call.
Straight out. And
but it's not that way. It's
oh, it's
he's
like
saying
out.
it's
an
this,
out. Left. Always left.
where he's looking, where the.
Always left.
He's gonna keep turning. Well, actually,
No, they're looking at the sphere. I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna go this way because they looked at the ball, so I'm going the opposite direction from where they're looking.
Okay, so that'll get you about here, kind of following the edge of the wall. You're like,
You're moving towards them.
No, I want.
You're following that wall?
The alley goes.
the alley goes this way and this way.
Yeah, so I'm imagining, guys, that they're gonna be like, "What's that way?" So I'm going out of their line of
Okay.
vision.
Are these guys?
Well,
I think we're talking about those guys.
Yeah, these.
I don't know what's out there in invisible land.
I think
I didn't say I
Wanda-
was curving up the fence towards those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, you could come by the back.
By this
Yeah.
way here?
Yeah,
Okay. It'll be your dash action to get there,
yeah, that's fine.
and I need you to make a stealth check for me.
You got this.
It's right in his line of sight.
Right in his line of sight.
It's good.
Yes.
232.
232?
232.
That's what it is.
That's my boy.
Okay. You like keep low, kind of take some of the dust and scatter it on the shield to almost like blend in with the ground as you kind of dart by as quietly as you can and get behind the rock. Kind of almost tumbling into the shoulder as you get behind it and hold against it. You're fairly confident that nothing saw you for now.
Okay, so I'm looking for new Rylorn or anybody and watching the hole where I just left.
Okay, you got it.
And mentally, were you communicating where you went as you did it? Awesome.
All right. Finishing your go, Ashton, you're up with the Midget on deck.
all right. I just saw that shit happen, and I just heard FCG's shit. I'm going to, in my head, just say, "Hey, Laudna, I could use some directions when I get in here, so I'm gonna pick up the healer and make towards the exit. Tell me if I'm going the wrong way, and I'm going to go directly towards where I saw FCG
Okay.
-2.
Yeah.
You stumble like almost into FCG, and you're now in the shadow. If you keep moving,
I'm gonna grab FCG,
okay,
and I'm gonna
Just walk straight through.
follow Laudna's advice.
Okay.
Do I recognize his rocky hands?
It's hard to miss.
Yeah, no.
The rough texture.
Make it weird. I'm into this.
All right. Take FCG. It slows your movement, but you pull him along a little
So I have 40 feet.
bit. Right.
so
So,
that
it would have been
gets us to
25 to get you there, and then you finish your movement at the wall with everyone else. So if you dash, you can continue to move out there at half speed.
I'm going to dash, and I'm going to take take FCG with me through the door, and just
Okay. Do you allow him to do so?
Oh, Ashton. Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I enjoy it.
All right, so you step out of the shadow, and outside of this open door, you actually don't even see Orem. You just step out, and you're like, there's an alley going to the right and left of you with like a rock
I
structure.
whisper on your right by the tent.
Do we have?
Right, we have that.
That's what I'm saying.
Do I have enough room? If well, obviously I can't bring both of us, but how much movement do I have left?
Bringing both of you, 5 feet.
Just by myself, 10 feet then.
Yes.
I'm just going to use whatever's left to try and get the most advantageous. Please don't look at me.
Okay, so like kind of hiding up against the wall, essentially.
Yeah,
I'll put you there.
trying to pretend that I'm going. Wow, the bell's ringing. What the? I'm wearing clothes that make sense.
Hey.
Okay. Well,
Cover my
hold on to
eyes
that.
so I'm invisible.
All right, finishing actions go. Imogen, you're up.
Okay. I didn't use my spell, so that wastes that spell slot, right? Okay. I am going to, while I'm in the darkness, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Ooh, good idea.
And then I'm going to go find the hole.
You find the hole and step through. You see immediately FCG and Ashen to your right. You heard Orem whisper to everyone to the right, and you glance over and you can just barely see like him off to the side of the rock on that end.
I'm going to try to catch up with the worm.
Okay. So that'll get you about 20 feet up to about there. But you are invisible, kind of like darting off in that direction. That finishes your go. Alrighty. That brings us to the Thought Eater. The Thought Eater is now going to kind of angry look about, and this area is going to float over to this portion here. And yeah, it's going to go ahead and it's going to Psychic Slam one of these rocks. You watch as this piece of stone lifts up off the ground for a second.
What is that spell?
And then
Can I see him doing it?
it's telekinesis type.
Okay.
That's telekinesis.
And throws it into the sphere. I need all three that are there. That's going to be Chetney, Laudna, and Fern, as well as Mister, to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because you don't see it coming.
All right. Laudna would. All right.
Actually, you would, so you have it fine.
Question for the GM.
Yes.
Is gravity the same?
It feels pretty similar.
Okay.
You haven't had a full moment to really try it out, but it feels it hasn't affected your mobility.
Okay.
All right.
22.
22. You take half damage, so that would be 12 points of bludgeoning damage, which is indeed halved again because you are in your form.
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
Magic.
15.
15. You take 24 points of bludgeoning damage as you are bashed heavily by this rock, and you are knocked prone from its impact.
And you have to roll a concentration check, right?
You do.
Oh, in the darkness.
That's true. Yeah. DC 12. So just roll the Constitution saving throw and get higher than 12.
Stay darkness, my old friend.
18.
Yeah, you hold on to that. Alrighty, Fern?
You're so easy for me.
12?
Yeah.
You also take 24 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're knocked prone.
Where'd that come from?
And I need you to make a
You got hit by
concentration
an
check.
outcropping, and you
Constitution
said,
saving throw. Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't do Mister either.
No, but yeah, we'll do that in a second.
Oh, a natural 20?
Natural 20. Okay, you maintain concentration.
What am I
Pass that
maintaining?
you did a no-look roll.
You did great.
She did like, she had her eyes
Solid.
on you and just went,
I know.
I didn't know what she was rolling.
I forgot how
It's a
to
good
do
feeling
it.
when the fear kicks in like that. I'm doing my job.
Character spell.
Mister's disadvantage too?
Yes.
Okay.
You cannot see.
12, same.
He also
So
takes
he's-
24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, is he gone? Hold on. Is he dead?
He's probably dead.
No, he
That's
poofed.
probably poofed.
I'll find out.
Okay. But indeed, like bits of chunked, like rock and weird purple, black kind of slate, stone, and metal seem to like burrow into the ground and jam out in chunks as there's now just rubble around all of you in this darkness.
Jam out the chunks.
Right, Lauren in the tent's like, what the fuck?
I know.
He's in the corner.
I don't want to go inside. I don't want to go inside. I asked for a transfer.
That's going to finish his go.
No, I wanted to be a coach.
That was pretty cool.
Now that's going to bring us to Laudna
Life plus
with
five.
Chetney on deck. You're prone, so
I'm
it's been half a
prone.
movement to get up.
Yeah, so I get up. I head through the gate.
Okay, it takes 5, 10, 15 feet to step beyond the hole, and you're now out of the darkness. That's all of your movement. You still have your action.
Mister's okay.
Mr. okay?
It's okay, everybody.
Okay.
Mister's
Okay, good.
He's up. Yeah, he's got 60 hit points.
He's a beefy boy.
6-0?
Yeah,
He's
that's
a chonkers.
By the way, that's like what Trinket had at level 20.
But why does Mister do so much more?
Because he's a chunk.
Oh, wow.
No. Save it.
Save it for the fight. Save it for the fight.
No. Lana, you still have your action.
Take your time.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
sorry.
This is panic.
Can I take a minute to look left and see what is down the opposite direction
Make a perception check for me.
that we did not go?
I stopped leveling up Ranger.
Jesus Christ. Why?
He's just
12.
Was it?
12.
12? Glancing on that way, you don't see anything immediately in your eye line, but you can kind of what Orm heard. You can hear the baying of some sort of beast, multiples of them throughout the vicinity getting louder, and distant footsteps.
And if I dash, there's no way I can make it to where Orm did, right?
You can get partway there.
No.
Out in the open?
I'm actually going to just head a few feet to the left. I just don't want to be completely crunched up.
You got it.
Maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
And that's it.
You got it. All right, so finishing that go for you. That's going to bring us to Chetney with Fern on deck.
Yeah, I'll keep moving forward, having felt Orm pull out of my hand. I'll step out towards the door, or towards the wall at least, and move towards the left was the last thing I heard until I find the door.
Yeah, you find the door. It only takes about 10 feet of movement to get there and kind of pull through. You emerge from the shadow, and you can see your friends to the right and to the left. You do not see Imogen, but you can see FCG, Ashton immediately to your right, and with the indication whisper from Orm, you know that he's kind of to the right direction.
25, 30, 35, 40. I couldn't get to where Orm is. So I will...
You could if you dash.
That's true. I'm stealthy as fuck. I will dash to where Orm is.
Okay.
But on all fours and with my belly in the dirt.
Okay. I will say, because this will cross into the eye line of the entity, and you're going full movement dash here, now that he has attention in this area very cleanly as well, especially since he's shifted over the direction, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
I normally have advantage, so just
So
normals.
just a straight roll.
Oh boy.
I liked it more when I had
with
I
advantage.
know,
+10
when
though,
you
right?
said stealthy as fuck, but we still pass without a trace.
Yeah. Still plus 10, still plus 10.
Yeah. If it is pass without a trace, it's 33. Without it, it's 23, because I'm moving away from...
No, you still have it. You're within 30 feet of Fern still.
All right.
We have this hero's feast again.
So,
Immunity to fear.
It's literally like crawling through the Sahara, like I'm a lion, and my body doesn't move, but just my haunches do.
I think that's a lizard.
Listen, it's my fucking visual.
Okay.
I am.
so from a technical standpoint, to be mindful of this, past that a trace, it's a 30-foot area around Fern. So you can't cast it and someone just runs off for an hour and they can stay stealthy. So you need to kind of stay once you get around 30 feet away from Fern. So you are just emerging from the area of that before you get to the area, so you would not get the pass without a trace bonus as you make the rest of that run. 23. Still very good. Still beats his passive perception. So you dart past Orem and just after scooting along the ground, the dust is picking up a little bit. I mean, bits of dust get curled up in this area anyway from wayward gusts of wind, and you manage to kind of follow one gust of dust and kind of dart into it and use that to protect your arrival as you dart in next to Orem behind the rock.
Orm, we're on the moon. What the? In my head. What?
Nothing.
Okay, that's my turn.
That finishes your turn. Fern, you're up.
Okay.
Ow!
Eyes are crossing over here. We must have missed something or forgotten something.
Because you used the charge. So I'm prone, right?
You are prone. Yes.
So I'm gonna just try to find where the opening is.
Okay, you're gonna get up?
And get up and move through.
You shift over, you find it, and the end of your movement is getting out of the open way. So you still have your action. You can dash or you can cast a spell.
All right. Oh my god. I'm gonna look both ways. See who? Can I see anybody? What happened?
Sorry, I
No,
fucked
wait.
up, everybody. I fucked up.
You didn't
Go
fuck
on.
Can't we do it now?
No.
We can't if we all meet
I'm
up?
bad
No,
at
we can't.
D&D.
We
Keep
really
going.
can't. No, you're not. Okay, wait. So if I go out, look each way, do I see Imogen? Do I see?
No, I'm in.
You don't see Imogen. You see FCG and Ashton to your right, and you see Laudna to your left.
And Chetney.
And I'll say, with your passive perception, you do not see Chetney.
Ooh. So you ended up going to the left?
I did, but just like 10, 15 feet. Just because I couldn't make it all the way there, and I didn't want to be out in the open.
Okay. All right.
And I didn't want to clump up either.
I'm gonna just make a run for it. I'm just gonna dash. If I can see. Wait, do I see Orem? I'm so sorry. Did you already say this?
I'd say you didn't see Chetney approach because he was in the process of stealthing, but you can see Orem behind the roll.
And I think but when I got on the other side of that tent, knowing I was blocked from those guys' view, I'm popping up like a hedgehog, so that they're getting
Meerkat.
So yeah.
I'm just gonna make a dash. I'm gonna run for it, and I'm gonna see Orem, and I'm just gonna run as fast as my hooves can take me.
30, that'll get you. You
35?
almost slam. 35?
35?
You almost shoulder slam an invisible Imogen. You like see Fern clomping up behind you, and then make a stealth check for me with disadvantage.
Okay.
Plus 10, right?
Plus 10.
And you are stopping in the middle of the open here.
Just right in the middle of the open.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I don't need that one. I'll just do another one. I have so many. Okay. Oh, disadvantage. Okay, no. 24.
Okay, 24. Still pretty good. So as you dart and you realize like you skid and you're not going to make it in time, as you can sense like the thought eaters kind of looking in your direction, you crouch low as you can and kind of
Perceive me?
almost like a what are they, like the dust the dust bunnies, or is that the ones that like the desert rats that kind of like shiver in the dirt and the dust kind of cakes up around it. You kind of get low and do that for a second and cause this like cloud dust to get up around you.
You know what? Her cloak color might actually blend in with the dust of.
You're uncertain if it was enough.
Okay.
You don't know.
Can I see her very well?
Yes, because she ran past you and then into the dirt.
Started to burrow right in front of you.
In her head, she's just gonna hear "cool."
Still see.
Is Mister coming?
Yes.
What's his movement?
Wait, so even with the dash, that's as far as I can get? Is right out there?
Unfortunately, because getting up is half your movement.
Fuck,
and
I forgot I had to get up.
15,
That's
20
right,
or so
that's right.
feet to get beyond the door. And then it's 35 feet in a straight line. So you make the run and you're just not quite gonna get there.
Okay. I love that so much.
Mister has a movement of what? Fly speed of something? 30 feet?
He has a.
Sorry. It's just a quarter mile.
I think he's 30.
So he kind of like darts up. He doesn't even have to worry about getting, too hard from prone. He can
I'm gonna keep him there.
keep him in the shadow?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him in the. Well, fuck.
You can move him just beyond the
Yeah, I'll
the
move him a
wall.
little bit beyond.
Okay, so he comes up behind FCG and kind of like that's off the side, little flaming, floating elemental spirit. Finishing Fern's go.
I'm gonna do so dumb what I just did. That was
Big boy's moving. Big boy moving.
I did bad.
No, you didn't. No, you
I
didn't.
did bad. I did real bad.
We've got a new problem, so that's okay.
Believe.
Yeah.
None of this is real.
I made believe
40
bad.
So he leaps.
If one of us
Fuck, he
dies,
is on us.
It'll be your fault.
You hear the
No.
nearby of the Juggernaut kind of landing heavily into the shadow on the other side of the wall still.
And that's when the sentry comes out of the tent, finally finding his braveness and attacks his own Ryloran friend.
Is he in the darkness? The
He's in the
Juggernaut?
darkness.
The Juggernaut is.
Both of these figures
Oh,
go rushing by
Oh,
in
they're
the
going to
direction
the
of
bell.
hearing the bell, and you see them both grab to the sides and open swinging gate to the side of the wall.
There was a
was a
door the
gate?
whole fucking time.
No one looked. No one
Yeah,
looked.
that's fair.
That's okay. This is better.
I was going to say they run up and go like, why never we built a door here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. And we were in disguises. We could have just like bloop, 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 walked on out and walked away.
That doesn't
not
sound
my
like
fault.
us.
That's silly, you guys. Why would we do something easy?
None of us went, is there a door? God damn
We
it.
did.
I looked for
terrible.
people
We did.
immediately.
We asked for a door.
No,
We did.
we didn't ask for a door.
We just looked for people.
Is
You asked if these were openings, and I said no.
is the
we
is
got
the
two
eyes in the
hyper-
sky? Is he coming towards us?
I mean, he's definitely focused in this area.
Okay.
You're too far away to meet an eye line of black shark-like eyes. Unfortunately, you're not able to figure out where exactly he's looking.
Got it.
But that does finish their go. The howls are getting louder. and you can hear as they approach, and you, Imogen, and maybe Fern can see off to the side here, these shadowed shapes kind of like darting past as these bestial entities come running through to join over here that are also mounted by
I hate that.
2 other Iloran. One of them looks to be a shrub. Yes, they are. Those creatures have what looks like big leather and chain mounts that are put across them, and you get one good view perspective. This one here, it is a massive, muscular, like panther creature, but with no hair. It's like a heavy, scaled body with very much a massive kind of a hunting feline or hunting cat type body. There is no neck or head. You see it stops and turns around like this. Where the neck would be, there is just a jaw and a mouth that like...
Oh.
And there's no eyes visible on it. And it... And then you can hear this is one of the things that was howling.
One of the things. One of the things.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But they just kind of enter the space here. That now brings us to Orem with Ashlyn on deck.
What did you...
I think you skipped me.
Oh, sorry, FGG, you're at the end. Yeah, you're right.
Do we think that this guy's coming towards us? I'm gonna use my movement to go where everybody else is going, stealthily.
Okay. Now get you just alongside the low to the ground Fern there. Go ahead and make a stealth check with disadvantage for me, please.
With disadvantage?
Correct.
I get advantage on my next roll because my friend rolled a natural 20.
That's right.
So I'll just roll once. Is that cocked?
No.
Not that
great. What is that, a 6 or a 9?
9.
It's a 6. 16.
16, okay, got it.
Right, because pass without a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you roll past and you glance up, and you couldn't see the eye line before, but you do notice
Uh-oh.
of the head shift of this gentleman here.
Oh, boy.
Or lady.
Oh, that's right, we don't know. How far away, 100 feet? 90?
More or less, probably a little less.
Okay, then I will hold a spell until it gets within 60 feet.
Okay.
I will hold banishment.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, that finishes your go as you're now holding the spell at a point there. Now, Orem, you're up with Ashlyn on deck.
Geez, well, do you just think that out, that your cover's blown? Or is this happening too fast?
Sure I do.
Regardless, Orem is going to creep to the far corner of that tent.
Over here?
Yep, and get some Metal Gear cover so that I can slash the air with Seedling to attack these guys if things go... If I see the fight break out.
Okay. So you're holding your action to go ahead and get ready to slice the first provocation of them charging. Okay, got it.
Laudna, do you have a fucking plan?
Alrighty. Ashley, you're up.
Do I have a plan?
She
You're asking me?
She has been the plan
I
since we
did-
got up here.
I would love if anybody else wants to contribute to said plan.
I'm contributing by thinking at you that do you want me to drag you towards everybody else, or are you just fine off in your own corner right now?
I'm fine off in my own corner. That looks pretty precarious right now.
Done. Thereby for the grace of something we go. I'm going to rage, first of all, because that's where we fucking are.
I feel like we should all split up.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's the tenant.
In this
I think
instance-
everybody split up and like hide somewhere for a minute and then just turn into mist.
Boy.
If we can hide
How would you turn
individually.
mist?
You think it.
Yeah, you feel it deep down in your cockles.
Did you? Okay.
Interesting.
We just gotta get rid of this guy. He's the only one who's got eyes on us right now.
I'm gonna see what the fuck's going on with me, and that's a
There's a chance the big savage
That's
guy might
a
not
space
find the
pull, so
door.
I'm getting weird.
Yeah.
Small. Slightly see through.
Did the giant rock just bust through all the wall?
How far away
It
is
slammed
it?
into the ground right at the base of it, and like into the wall.
It's very
He's far. He's like 120 feet. Right?
This guy's about roughly 100 or so feet from you.
The juggernaut.
Okay, I'm going to also hold an attack until he's within 60 feet, and I'm going to kind of, because I'm worried about these fuckers, I'm going to take my 30-foot run towards the people who are out in the open.
40 feet, you mean?
40 feet run, 40-foot run.
Towards them directly?
No, towards our friends who are fucked. Slightly, yeah, like there.
Well,
and attempting to be stealthy.
Stealthy with disadvantage for me, please.
For whatever it's worth.
You do get the benefit because you are within 30 feet of her.
And also, we don't want to look too suspicious, right? Because anybody that sees us,
21.
We do look like everybody else.
Okay. You dart past. I mean, the entity seems to definitely be focused in your area, but you're uncertain whether or not you've been spotted.
Yeah, I'm ready to fuck with them if it comes to it.
You got it. Okay.
And we're all in Ruby Vanguard ropes.
Correct.
Still.
Correct. Yeah. Currently, the only ones that are directly aware of your intent are these two, for now. All right, that finishes your turn action.
Mm-hmm.
Imogen, you're up.
Got the hindsight. We could have circled up and just
Actually, no.
smoked him in
Before
one
it gets
go.
to your turn,
I'm not going to hold that. Yeah, I'm not going to hold that attack.
I know
Actually,
he's not good.
We're holding a standard attack.
Oh no!
Two Ruby Vanguard
Shit.
individuals come through onto the area, and their initiative.
We gotta get the fuck out of here. This is a run.
Yeah.
They're going to be okay. Alrighty, so they arrive into that spot. Imogen, sorry, what are you doing?
Are you Imogen? No, you're Laudna. Just had to confirm for the audience.
Actual.
That's also considered. Sweet. Really sweet.
Okay.
Oh, look what I just found in my box.
I am going to move forward and hide behind this. Can I move forward? How far can I get? Can I move up to the tent at least?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get kind of in this area.
Okay. I'm still like kind of in a hidey area.
More or less from multiple perspectives, yeah.
I can see the bat.
Correct. You can see the Thought Eater from where you are. You cannot see the others. You manage to get just far enough past that rock and through your friends as you kind of move beside and hold there. The only one you have an eye line to right now is this one.
I was gonna cast something, but its distance is far less than I thought it was. Hold on. Fuck.
Do you have a meta magic that can extend the distance?
I can, but it doesn't extend it enough.
Okay.
It's like a short distance spell.
Gotcha.
I'm dumb.
Can you just look like coquettish and draw it closer to us?
Look at that guy. Bring him down closer to us.
I need him closer.
The big savage guy is gonna get us before Mind Eater does.
Okay. I'm so sorry. It just, I had it prepped and then it's not what I can do anymore.
D&D's fault.
It's all D&D's fault. If I do something, it's gonna make me not invisible and it's gonna let people know where I am, and I'm gonna put everybody else at risk.
So are you holding a spell? Or are you using your action and move elsewhere? What are you feeling? Tick, tick, tick.
Oh, stop it!
Could you have the resources
Okay.
to teleport us?
No, I don't have the resources to teleport us. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
There's already acknowledgement that there's shit happening over where the darkness is.
Yes.
Is anybody of our team still in the darkness?
From what you can see in your vicinity, no.
Then I am going to cast Seething Storm on that area. I can cast within 150 feet of me. And that's a
Okay.
20-foot radius as well.
Wait, what are
Okay.
you doing? What?
Seething Storm.
Seething Storm.
Ooh.
You're casting it over here?
Yes.
Okay, what's
So-
the radius on that?
That is
They
a
go that
20-foot
radius.
radius. I tear open a gateway of liminal space of boundless destructive energy.
Are you making that up? Because that's really good.
It
That's
is
pretty
pretty cool,
solid.
huh?
Right there.
So it's
That's some
lightning
flavor.
flaring everywhere.
These tendrils of like purplish lightning are like arcing through like the inside of one of those plasma balls. Just in that space there.
Lottie Dottie clear?
I'm on the other side, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, anything in that space is also blinded.
Mm-hmm.
And then anything in that space is difficult terrain. Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 lightning damage, and anything that ends its turn there must make a dexterity save or take.
Great.
Once again, the guy in the tent.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
And it's still
made
dark,
his
so
choice.
it's dark and a hellish lightning storm.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's been a bad afternoon for that.
Just trying to reframe it.
All right, does that finish your turn?
Yes, I'm no longer invisible.
Right, your invisibility drops. Okay, finishing your go is now the Thought Eater's turn. It's going to go ahead and lift this rock up.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
It's going to go ahead and fly over.
Within
way.
60 feet?
Oh, that looks precarious.
Come on.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Save the miniature.
I know.
It's right on a bush. You put it right on a bush.
There we go.
It's on the edge.
It's gotta be.
What's
Come
the
on.
range? 60 feet.
What is that?
Yes.
It's right at 60 feet. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's gotta make a save, though. It's gotta make a save.
Because its range on this is 60 feet. So it's literally going to throw the rock, and right as it gets there. So
15. It's a DC 15 to
DC
save,
15.
which is not a lot.
on what
I'm
save?
looking. It's under spells. It's under 4th level, I think. Where is it?
Is it charisma?
I'm looking on a charisma 15.
Charisma.
Oh boy.
Charisma
He could be
is not his best saving throw. That's going to be a 9.
Yeah.
Yes!
Right as it rushes forward, this stone like rocking and spinning in the air behind it as it starts down. It does this with its arm right as the stone begins to like arc upward, and you watch it and vanish, and the rock goes
Hope.
and slams into the ground.
Hope.
Oh, attention! I hope not.
It certainly slams into the ground.
There's
heavily
plenty
over
of
there.
attention over here,
No,
but there's a
we heard
barrier now.
But
Yeah.
Additional
it's
cover.
gone.
Oh man, that's huge.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
You just have to
that
hold that. You have to
concentration? I broke it.
concentrate.
I fixed it.
Is that concentration?
Yeah.
Is it concentration?
It is indeed concentration.
It is.
For
yes.
1 minute?
1 minute.
We gotta get the fuck.
We got
Yeah.
1 minute to
Get
get out.
here.
So
Alrighty.
Quietly.
Matt, you said these Rylorns are gonna go through this gate. Is it like a swinging gate that also gives us additional cover?
It's a
Or-
double opening gate. Like
Technically.
yeah, it's like a bolted in the front. So now you can see them, they pull like the brace out of the way,
so like
and then
one,
both
two,
kind of like pull it open. It kind of like opens up that way. So like
Technically, it should be a little
just to kind of like help give you a little perspective. It's kind of this area here.
Nice.
I'm just wondering if I'm sorry.
So
I'm kidding.
if it
Does it go
opens
in or
out-
out?
It opens out this
Yeah,
way.
so like these guys might lose visual on
That's
this
what I'm
side of
curious
this.
about.
Possible, yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
They also just heard a huge rock.
They did, and they all looked over this direction and watched the stone gun over there.
Red dust everywhere.
Your orders are to report to the bell.
It blocks line of sight to all of you at the moment.
Amazing.
So
There's a big lightning attack happening over there.
their attention is definitely now starting to focus this way.
Yeah.
We'll see how this plays out.
Okay.
So that's going to finish Thaddeus' turn. Laudna, you're up with Chetney on deck.
Okay.
Fuck.
Every round.
Things are changing so fast.
Keep saving the day.
Thanks, nothing to do what I was.
Keep saving the day.
Okay.
MVP right now.
Get out.
Laudna?
Let's
Move
go.
it.
Let's go, casters.
Laudna?
Do I see? Can I shit? Do I have?
You can.
Can you?
And I
You can certainly
I
try.
shit?
Not for decades.
We're body, it's like.
She probably spits stuff out like an owl. Goes down, digests.
Oh god! Just Laudna pellets.
Yeah.
Yes, that's pretty good.
We found a magic item.
Oh god. That's
Fuck. I'm just gonna run. I don't know what else to do. I'm just gonna run and join everybody.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You just kind of dart past the outskirts of the lightning energy that's curling over there.
I'm gonna dash.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30 gets you alongside where Chetney is. Make a stealth check for me with a disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
Yes, you do have the plus 10 from Fern because you've now entered the 30-foot radius around her.
I forgot what's causing the disadvantage.
It's just full sprint and
run
open.
Thank you.
If it's a slow stealth, technically it's like half speed, but it's just straight roll. I'm gonna say if you're trying to run quickly through an open area, it's much more difficult.
25.
Whoa.
25.
because
Disadvantage. That's great. All right, so you dart past, kind of using the freshly fallen stone to kind of keep low and not make any kind of eye line to the creatures along the way there. All right, that ends your turn. Chetney, you're up with Fern on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep coming this way. I'm gonna use 30 feet to advance past Orem stealthily, and when I get as far as I can, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's kind of here on this side of the rock. Can I make a sight, ears, everything, and what is this way? Assuming we're gonna keep moving that direction.
All right. So make a perception check for me.
Okay. Fuck you. 7.
7.
Everything's unfamiliar on the moon.
It's true. And it's a lot of fresh scents that are kind of messing with your head. What you can see just beyond that is, beyond this rock and a smaller hill area, you can see there are other tents around here. Like the encampment itself, it seems like a bunch of makeshift barracks that have kind of been thrown up here in previous weeks, kind of when the Bloody Bridge was established and the Vanguard truly kind of connected with the Rylora. You get the sense that they kind of began to throw this together to guard both sides of the bridge. So everything here looks like it's been freshly put down and is kind of temporary. So there are a lot of military tents, tent-looking things, some that are Exandrian-based, some that you can tell by the construction of materials. There's no cloth. There's like heavy hides and leather and other kind of spongier materials that are used kind of at the top part of some of these tents that has like a weird bluish purple hue, but that has a similar structure to it.
Cool tents. Are there any bodies moving towards us with the bell ringing?
Not that you can see.
Okay, that's my turn if that was my action.
Indeed. Okay. That end of your turn, these two figures now begin to rush over to this side. They're both going to get up over to here.
Should we go in, George?
That one's going to make a perception check to look over the top of the hill. Nah. Kind of looks over, looks back towards the entryway, and points towards them and says, "Over here!" and points over towards the electricity and the darkness is happening. And they're both going to start moving around the outskirts of it, not willing to just run into a bunch of sparkling energy. That's fair. That's going to finish their go. Fern, now you're up.
All right. So now that I can see everything, do I have to let loose my scorching ray, or that
No.
I can? Okay, great. All right.
Yeah, you can let it go. You just lose the spell slot.
Okay. So I'll from my little dust bath, just kind of look around, and then I'll just keep running. See that everybody's sort of taken off, and I'll just keep her running.
25-30.
Oh, and then and Mr. too. Yeah, let's.
Mr.
And I'm 35.
Dash this way. 35. So you can see there on move. You still have an action if you want it. You can keep moving if you want.
Yeah, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna send a thunderclap 100 feet and just that way.
This way?
That direction?
Yes, like way far back behind, away from us.
Within the
It's
fenced
100
area,
feet, so
or
it can be
outside of
heard. Wait, a sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Oh wait, maybe I can't send it far
Wait,
away.
is it a thunderclap?
That's like
Cantrip?
on self. That's right.
That's on self. Never
That's
mind.
you.
That would be so bad.
That's not. Just trying to do it over there.
I was like,
Send up a flare.
let me double check.
That's a good idea.
We wanted to play on hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just wait.
Okay.
You can use your action to keep moving forward, by the way.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Yeah, I'll keep going then. I'll keep going.
Okay, so you'll dash it this way?
Yeah.
You get next to Chetney.
Okay.
And you can see kind of the cluster of tents. You can also, as you kind of approach, and while you didn't see it immediately, you can hear other footsteps and people that are starting to filter into this side of this kind of open
central
thoroughfare,
feed.
the central open area where they begin to push through. So there are more and more soldiers of this alliance coming, and they're all kind of gathering towards the center.
I'll kind of relay that.
Mark, I make up the center. Our side is clear.
In our head, do we still hear you as a wolf, or are you just Chet in our head?
He's doing the voice in his head.
Just let me live my dream.
Begin the Juggernaut's turn. It takes 2d6 damage, right?
Yeah, 2d6 lightning damage at the beginning of its turn.
Go ahead and roll for that for me, please.
Ooh, 11.
Okay, 11 points of lightning damage on this Juggernaut. And it's rough terrain, so its movement is reduced, but it goes ahead and
Oh, it's giving me.
begins like punching along the wall.
And anything that
It's
could
trying
be
to
in this
punch
darkness.
along, or trying to get out, or
it has disadvantage because it can't see. And so it has the AC of the wall, and then one of them was a 1.
Yeah.
So its fists are just like careening off of it because it's not. It looks like kind of wood sections here, but a lot of it is like stone pillars that have been kind of unnaturally grown out of the ground. You can see bits of odd glass kind of pushed out of it in places as well, and you can see ropes tied around them with other bits of flotsam and jetsam that are just kind of pushed around it.
That's why you hire a decent contractor. That's what we're here.
Second hit though with disadvantage.
Real.
Does hit, and already took a lot of damage from the rock that fell in there earlier, so we'll see if it's enough to push through.
Is it crystal or glass?
You're not sure, you haven't had a good look at it yet.
Wait, what is it?
Well, glass means heat.
The things you're looking at. Rocket?
That's going to be
Sharp things put on the ground.
12 damage. Part of the wall cracks open, and you watch as dust kind of like peels off on that side, and the juggernaut begins to like full on here's Johnny through is like and it's starting to pull its way through. It's not completely through yet.
Oh god.
It is preventing it from getting through, but it is doing enough damage where that part of the wall is starting to give. But he does finish his turn in the radius.
Okay. Then he has to make a dexterity save.
Okay. That's going to be
This is a good spell.
15.
He fails, so he takes 2d6 force damage.
Come on!
Yeah.
Was this guy already?
10 points of force damage.
Yeah.
Is he
What's
dead?
Yeah.
Is he dead?
I don't think he was as rough as the...
No, he was nowhere near as rough as the Thought Eater.
He said that exuberantly. We're fucked.
Yeah, no, that guy's full of everything. We gotta go.
He's full of a lot of things.
A lot of piss, a lot of vinegar.
All right, that finishes his go. These figures here.
Can you move the darkness, Latna? That would be amazing.
I could recast it.
And put it like to where he's got another 15 feet of darkness in front of him
to-
again.
Could theoretically,
Dart up
I
onto
think,
here.
cast it on him.
Yes.
Around the edge.
Oh my god.
Can you see him poking his head through?
If
You
he's
can see his hand.
Yeah, if he's doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, his hand on his shoulder. He's like,
Yeah, Ladna should be able to see that.
That would be amazing.
Oh my
If
god.
you could just ruin him.
Yeah. I love that.
this guy here is going to.
Oh shit, I forgot about him.
I didn't.
There.
I can't stress to you how much I wanted that to come.
Creature's going to
Whoa!
up onto the rubble of the rock,
Oh god.
and then
Right next to me!
dart down
Oh, no.
on the opposite side of the wall.
Oh no!
The dog and the mount?
They went that way?
Yeah, the dog and the mount. They heard all the scuffle going over this way. It leapt onto this and then over to try and like pincer on this
Oh, no,
side.
did they
It
see
lands. As it
I can only
lands,
see movement.
the one that's on this side is riding it, kind of like looks right over at you.
How close is it to us?
That close.
Oh, it's
But
about.
you look, but he
it's
doesn't
like 5 feet
know
from
what
you.
we look like.
Is it,
You're
is it,
wearing
it's not
Vanguard
next to me, is
That's
it?
true. We're in
Yeah, that's true.
Vanguard
We're
robes.
Vanguard
You're in Vanguard
Yeah.
robes,
Okay.
and one of you's a robot.
Which is, I'm sure, very common.
It's very confusing,
like what
but we'll
would
see. We'll see how this
Robot
goes.
Vanguard.
We'll see how this goes.
Bad guy, robot. No, we're definitely.
Yeah,
We're
no,
definitely
I'm
good.
just saying. He looks at you curiously.
It's fine.
Just speak your truth. Fuck the
Just looks
gods.
curiously at you. All right, so that finishes his go. This one here is going to go ahead
We
and
will
lead
never
in
say it.
over to this side and is kind of scoping the space internally here. Finishing their go. FCG, you're up.
Shit.
Looking over the shoulder right at you as the kind of muscular panther-like headless beast is right beside you and kind of in a crouched pouncing position in this direction. It's kind of just
I can't cast Fast Friends on him because that's concentration, and the banishment will undo. Command isn't a concentration spell, though.
yeah, things like command.
I will use Command.
Okay.
I will turn to the guy who just looked at me, and I will cast Command. Ooh, it's just a first level spell. That's probably not going to work. But let's try.
You get natural 20.
I'll pull it up.
Well, he's
wisdom
got.
save?
It's a Wisdom 15 save.
Oh,
Wisdom
no.
15 save.
And you have to pick a
wisdom.
word, like a single thing that you get one round
He'll
of.
know, and he'll know you're a foe if you do
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Otherwise, you could just pretend.
I
that
believe. You mean just act?
So
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll do that.
Here's the
Maybe I
verdict.
should just act.
Here's the verdict.
We'll find out.
Matt rolled.
Rolled it.
Oh, we've
are,
already
you,
rolled.
are you not casting? Are you casting or not casting? I haven't said what the roll is yet.
I'll cast it. I'll cast it. I already said I'd do it. I'm doing it.
What'd
It
you
doesn't
say?
matter. I already said I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Shitty.
I'm doing it. I cast command.
Cast command. What do you command?
I will say. The command is just. Shh.
Okay. Okay. Two parts to this. One, it rolled a 14. All bonuses in, which is why I laughed, because it's like right under your DC. So it like looks over and kind of like cocks its head strangely. Make a deception check for me. I'll say with advantage because you succeeded on the spell. The spell's taken effect, but this is beyond the spell. This is you trying to pass yourself off as an ally, or at least not the threat at the moment.
Deception?
Yes.
25.
Oh, this little robot's got some steak.
What?
You look super lie and we just don't know.
Yeah, I'm really good at deception, and we never use it for anything.
But you're so honest.
He's a murderer.
What'd you roll?
That's right. He is a little.
I rolled a 19 plus
That's
6.
amazing. Dang. Look at that clutch fucking throw
Holy
there.
shit.
So you say,
Shit.
that kind of looks at you, nods, and like turns around,
Oh
holding
my
onto the
God.
reins of this entity, and kind of prepare themselves to go ahead and get ready to go after whatever tears through that wall that's not a friend.
Okay.
For the time being.
So you fucked it, then you unfucked it.
I might fuck it again still.
Oh my god.
Okay. So that's gonna finish.
Oh, and then I'll use my action to just continue, or my movement to continue on with the rest.
Okay.
15, 20, 25, 30. Yep.
It's about like right up there with Mister. Lucky you rolled so high because Laudna was right behind you, and it was a high DC because all the rest of you were kind of fleeing for the moment.
Oh, Jesus.
Whew. Okay. Lucky motherfucker. Great. That finishes there. If she's got Orem, you're up. Ashton, you're on deck.
Okay, so just perception-wise, do I hear many inhabitants of this place coming? That is a 23.
23. Yes. Now you hear other bells starting to ring in other parts of the vicinity. Different sounds. Like this is the big bell, and there's other ones kind of acknowledging the chain to make sure that everyone hears it. You can hear those howls getting louder, more of them approaching, and in nearby tents, kind of off the main walkways, you hear like heavy footfalls of possibly dozens arriving here in the next half minute.
Okay, so really quickly, I think I would say walk away casually, but we're going to be the only ones going in this direction. Are we stealthing Serpentine? Quickly to the
I think
group.
it's casual, right? What do you think?
But if there's 50 people going, and we're just like, hey friends, as we walk in the opposite direction,
Maybe we act
what's
like
the
we're
story
stressed.
that tells?
Stealthy Serpentine is my call.
Stealthily try to blend in with the people, but
10 to
run
10.
away.
Yeah.
Which stealth can both be not being seen or trying to
Being nonchalant.
casually
We
work
just
your
look
way
like
through.
we're
Yeah, let's
confused
try
in
to
the
look
craziness of it.
nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. Stealthing, I'll put this context.
Everybody walk back.
Stealthing, by just not being seen, has a higher DC, but you will not. But you get the bonus of pass without a trace. Stealthing casually, that spell does not help you blend in. It helps you not be seen. Okay. So it'll have, with your clothing and the stress of the scenario, possibly a lower DC, but you do not get the benefit of pass without a trace. The choice is yours.
I think that's our best bet. Is
Cuban.
Yeah, Cuban bird.
trying to blend in. No!
Stop it.
What is happening to you?
Why are your sneezes like
I
that?
don't know.
Got some Benadryl over here.
Tickle your nose.
I do.
Cute.
I do.
It is a cute.
It is a cute sneeze.
Cocaine.
It's fucking annoying.
So what's the plan?
Okay.
Shadows or blending?
Will it blend?
I feel like,
Will it blend?
but less like,
Don't breathe this.
Or
But
do we
plus
run
10.
into a tent
There's a
and
tent
turn into
right there.
clouds for
yeah,
a
no,
minute?
I mean that's what we should do.
together.
I thought about it, but they're coming this way, and it
Yeah.
feels like they'll
We should
make
duck
their
into a
way
tent
and check
further
stuff.
away.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if we get like 50 yards
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
then
good
find
call.
an empty tent.
You can pop up a thing. Do I remember that correctly? But yours is more organic,
Yeah,
right?
natural. Yeah, no, that's not.
That's fine. This
It's not
is
gonna work.
Plus we're on Mars.
Follow
Yeah, we
Orm's
should hide in
lead.
the tent.
Follow Orm's
I'll
lead.
follow
He'll
Orm's
find a
lead.
tent.
What do you want to do, Orm?
Blend in.
Casually look for a tent while.
I want to look like I'm confused by the alarm going on around and like I belong here.
Okay.
And start
Like we're
moving
searching.
away. Yes.
So
Yeah, like we're searching.
I'm
the area.
looking
Yeah,
for
like
my
we're
colleagues to
thinking.
help me
great.
here.
So to that point, I need a group stealth check without the benefit.
Without the pass.
Without the pass.
Yes.
So that's the thing. We can't use pass without a trace that way.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't fuck.
All right.
But the DC's lower.
All right.
I'm going to use
Okay, halfling what?
Indomitable because I rolled low.
That's for saving throws
You can.
and ability checks, or is it just saving throws?
Oh, it's a saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
Okay. We'll start over here.
14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
Group check, group check.
9.
Okay.
20.
Hey.
14.
Okay.
1.
No.
But I'm a huge fan of the luck feat, as you all know. So I will use the coin of the Changebringer to re-roll.
Because
Did
you
you
can
take
do
the
that.
luck?
No, it's a coin. It's
the
not
coin
luck.
from-
It's faith.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I say a silent prayer to the Changebringer. I'm coming for you, baby. 16, 15.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Better.
25.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19. I did it.
No,
I did it.
There's our one.
face.
Right there. That's a one face.
27.
You better make a strong prayer to that Changebringer, because that saved your ass.
Thank you.
9 years later, and you did it.
It's faith. It's faith. It's different. It's my belief.
It's good enough for me.
It's different.
Okay.
It's different when I do it.
Weaving through some of the nearby tents, you can watch as Rylaran soldiers and the occasional vanguard figure comes darting out, glaive in hand. You can see multiple weapons at the ready. Some are Exandrian. You can see some of the other Rylaran weapons themselves are these massive glaives that are made mostly of bone or this kind of like jagged crystal like glass material that are like strapped together with bits of like errant metal. Most of the armors they wear are like leather and bone with bits of odd patchwork hides. But they all just come charging through. Some of them eye you as they pass, and then kind of go back to concentrating. A few of them kind of look over their shoulder a second time, but then hear a noise and continue to pursue. You hear the Juggernaut bashing through the wall before eventually emerging right as the other one pounces, and there's a point of confusion as they both kind of face off, just as you all vanish into the nearby crowds. With Orm taking the lead, eventually you find a tent. As you kind of glance into each little flap you can find, there's one like heavy leather tent that's kind of smallish, like it's a supply containment tent. And as you pull back up looking on the inside, it looks mostly empty. There's a couple of what looks like boxes that were brought in from probably Exandrian make that they're open and mostly empty, aside from like some minor supplies, some like fire burning wood and some other errant things. But this gap could very tightly fit all of you for a moment.
So one issue, right? If I remember correctly, we can't communicate when we're clouds, and
No, we can still talk when we're clouds.
Telekinetically, you can.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That spell's the only way you can.
Yeah, because I was like, we don't know where to say to meet. We're just going to be venturing out into the fucking lunar surface.
All right. So Orm spins around and says, "We need to queef out of here. Let's go."
All right.
Question for the tent flaps. Does it have like buckles or something to help keep it closed?
Lasts for an hour. Do you need to recast on this?
Not on the exterior, no. But you can find something. You could kind of. What clever way would you want to keep it buckled closed?
I was just going to like maybe mend the fabric so that if someone tries to get it, like throw it open, they
Sure.
would have
flap
take
open.
a
Okay.
sec. Yeah, it doesn't flap open.
So as you all enter the inside and you kind of get a good look at it, the texture on it, you can see the hide texture on this. This is leather. This was once a creature's hide. And as you cast mend, as opposed to watching like cloth reform, it's like watching flesh heal and snap together into a solid form.
Yes.
Nature's Velcro.
Yes.
Nature's Velcro.
Like back together, and it almost becomes almost like a pinker purplish color. Like a bit of it has just a fragment of fresh life to it, but no actual
That's
life to
gonna
support. as you all kind of carefully step in, you can hear the bells still going. You can hear other growls, and you can start hearing humanoid shouts. None of the Ryloran have been shouting in the vicinity, but the humanoids in the vanguard are giving out cries, and the tension's starting to build. Are you all?
Do it. Say
Yeah,
it.
yes. Oh, but before we do.
I think I have to recast the telekinetic bond.
Or telepathic bond.
Telepathic bond.
How long does that last?
It lasts an hour.
I don't know how long it's been, though.
Since we've cast it before the fight.
You cast it. When did you cast it? Was it?
Don't know.
I feel like you cast it before we even went.
Before you went.
We started
left.
down. So
Right.
that would have been.
We do need to recast it. Then.
Yeah, because I don't want it to go away while we're farts.
It's pretty close. I will say it's still lasting on you, of course, because you're using it. But depending on how long you want to be in this mist form,
I long to be.
you probably have about, I'll say, 15, 20 minutes or so before it fades.
Up.
Because you won't be able to cast it once we're farts.
So we go up for a view of the landscape and decide from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're gonna rest or something, right? Because
Yeah,
I am
it is.
spent.
Yes, we gotta go.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
I will recast telepathic bond.
That's a spell you have. It's not like a scroll, right?
Yeah.
It's a spell I have. By the way, a minute's probably up, so banishment's probably gone on that dude.
It's been a minute.
As you all step in here, after stealthing around, it's been about maybe, I'd say, 30 seconds to find the
okay,
tent
great.
where you put it in there. So halfway through your concentration, it will drop.
Okay.
And you'll feel it like,
Got it.
and there's a part of your mind that's like, oh God, it's back. It's angry and it's looking for us.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, telepathic bond. Let's become farts. By the way, did you see back there? One of the Rylorans spotted me.
Okay, we're going.
We start going while he's talking.
And I held the changebringer coin, and then he just he looked away. It was amazing. That's Shay Shay. She did that. Shay Shay.
Pray, Shay Shay.
Pray, Shay Shay. You better pray to Shay Shay today.
As you all are concentrating on the enchantment that still stays rooted in your beings, you feel that confident presence of the voice of the Tempest with you here as a quiet wind begins to encircle all of you, and you watch as your fingertips begin to dissolve, your feet begin to shimmer, you watch as your body begins to feel lighter and almost like you begin to lift off the ground slightly. Let me make a perception check for me.
Oh God.
Danny said we cast a teleconnect bond before we turned into clouds last time.
Yeah, so with the travel there, because you travel pretty fast to that spell,
Yep.
getting to the spot.
Just.
Yeah, it's pretty close to ending, so.
There's no guild here, man. You're lighting up the field. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Your humans in there
9.
just fucking
9.
wrecking shit.
Okay.
Nothing, win nothing? Okay, all right.
As the din outside begins to crescendo, you can sense and feel that the search is now becoming methodical through all the nearby structures. You begin to hear the pushing over of
Can I look
doorways.
at Treasure Bowl real quick before I go ghost?
Yeah, if you want to. You look up and your fingers are mostly gone now, and you see it begins to slip out of your grasp almost.
Oh no.
Where you kind of catch it, and indeed you see that blue glimmer.
She's here! And I put it away before I'm a poof.
Okay.
I want to leave right now!
Can we concentrate
That
faster?
bitch is so bad!
Concentrate harder!
You hear a structure, not a tent, but a structure nearby.
Oh God.
Slam and collapse. The splintering of wood and
Stop.
rock shattering.
Stop.
Oh God.
Stop, man. Don't roll! Don't roll!
Oh, it.
You all turn into clouds of mist,
Oh my God.
I shit my pants a little.
and you all begin to kind of filter out from the nearby bottom corners of the tent itself to kind of emerge into the brushing wind that's blowing by, the dust kind of kicking up and trying to ride alongside it. As you emerge, you can see now probably close to 40 to 45 soldiers of the factions are now scattered around the core of this central compound. And you can see them just around the corner from the tent where you were. As you all begin to drift up into the air, two things you pick up on. One, the wind here, though there is no immediate storm here, it's a little bit of a fight against it in your mist form. You move quick, but you get the sense that moving through a storm in this form is not advisable.
moving through the wind and the storm in our normal form is not advisable, or is it as
Meaning in the
clouds?
current form,
As
like
wind,
as the winds kind of buffet you a little bit from occasionally, and you can see the dust storms kind of brimming, miles off in multiple directions. You just from this little bit of the occasional gust, like this would probably be bad in a dust storm. The second thing that you notice is indeed these distant dark dust storms are kind of rolling in, full on like Fury Road style, are probably a good 20 minutes off from the landing spot of the Bloody Bridge, and you have no real concept of where to go and what your next destination is. But for now, you've at least gotten out of the frying pan. So we're gonna go ahead and go to break here. But since we do have a moment to breathe, we're also gonna level up.
Oh shit, we are!
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down for this. This is the first real kind of pause moment in the tension of the past episodes. So puts you guys all at 12. You can think about your abilities and stuff during the break, but at the very least we can roll hit points.
Yeah.
If you know what your next level is.
I think I do. I'll do Blood Hunter, which is a 10 or a 12?
It's a 10.
Should I go first?
Sure, yeah, you're already ready.
You're ready already?
Ready already.
Roger.
8.
8 on you there. Alrighty. Lagna?
I'll do.
Don't rush it.
I'll do sorcerer. I feel like there's not much left for me as a warlock. Okay.
Delilah would disagree.
I know she would. That's good. I rolled a 5.
5 is
right. Sorcerers are D6s.
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good. All right, FCG.
I'll take another level in cleric.
All right.
But I'm a cleric of the Changebringer. And I rolled a 2.
All right, 2 hit points. Put it on there, buddy. Fern.
Can I go last?
Sure.
Well, I.
Oh.
Okay, wait.
Are you gonna do some weird shit?
I may.
All right.
If you want to wait until after the break, we can roll yours when we return to the table too.
Okay, let's do that. Because I made some different copies and I'm trying to figure out which
so
one.
so you continue to consider after the break. Laura.
Friends around the table.
Hi. I am going to roll a d6.
Go for it.
4.
Pretty good.
Perfect.
Sticking with fighter. 5.
Alrighty, 5 on that. And
I argue with success. 6.
6, okay. Fair enough. So that's everyone rolled there. We'll come back with Ferns at the end of the break, and we'll see you all here shortly.
Fitting in, dressing for others? Snag that. Meet the tights that actually fit everybody, sizes 2 to 34. We are ripping up the rules of fashion. Wear all the snagging colour. Feel all the snagging joy. With loads of gorgeous styles to build your dream characters, find all-day comfort with tights that will never dig, sag, or roll. Check out Snag Tights at snag.world. Why does snag not?
Delve into a new tabletop role-playing game of investigative horror with the Candela Obscura core rulebook using the Illuminated World system by Darrington Press. Roam the turn-of-the-century-inspired setting of the Fairlands, including the bustling city of New Fair and the ancient ruins of Old Fair below. Assemble a circle of investigators within the paranormal secret society of Candela Obscura. You'll analyze strange and horrifying events, fight back against dangerous phenomena, and contain the bleed that spreads from corruptive magic. Choose from 10 custom character sheets to empower your investigations and explorations. Use tactical intuition and brawn with the soldier specialty. Use your charm with finesse and flair as the magician specialty, or study and practice mystical arts as an occultist. Explore districts of New Fair, competing organizations, 4 full assignments, and dozens of example assignments to inspire you. If you choose to brave the role of Game Master, this guide contains everything needed to pave the way for your Candela Obscura investigators. Offered in both a standard edition as well as an ornate limited edition for collectors, the Candela Obscura Core Rulebook contains 204 art-filled pages, including maps, items, immersive notes, mysteries, and plenty more to power your very own story. Keep this tome close, for the knowledge obtained may be the key to protecting you, your allies, and the Fairlands.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Oh, so comfy cozy. This is seriously magical. Can you put donuts in this? Only one way to find out. It's too powerful. This is pretty badass. Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect. I mean, the Traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision. This is a lot of stuff, you guys. We have like so many cool things right now. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Our Radiant Order is bound to a sacred mission: reduce, contain, and eliminate bleed. For those that attempt to harness its chaotic power, great danger awaits. When caught in the crossfire of such phenomena, one cannot be held to account for the scars they are burdened with. Though, time is a fleeting luxury when a circle is knowingly assembled outside the parameters of our belief. A grim demise awaits those who leverage the powers of magical bleed. The Circle of Tide and Bone, assignment number 3926, Candles in the Dark.
It's us, your friendly neighborhood ambiguous shadowy weirdos, here to say cryptic things at you as usual.
Are you ready for the third and final season of Midst? We certainly are.
Some of you have been waiting a very long time.
Good news, the wait is almost over.
Midst, man, what the heck?
A lot of questionable characters doing incredibly problematic things to each other in a series of increasingly insane, escalating circumstances while struggling to follow their warped moral compasses and do what they think is hopefully the right thing.
Can the trust get worse somehow? Can Phineas get less worse?
How much longer can Lark outrun her past?
Are there any objectively good guys in this story, other than Marquet?
How can any of these threads possibly be resolved with only one more season to go?
And we still don't even know what happened with that dang moon.
Are we ever gonna get some answers?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we will.
The third and final season of Midst unfolds February 14th.
Listen to the pure sound experience anywhere you stream podcasts, or watch illustrated video episodes on the Critical Role YouTube channel.
In the meantime, you can follow us at Midst Podcast or join the fold on midst.co to get early access to episodes, behind-the-scenes bonus content, music downloads, digital artwork, and more.
Everything's been leading to this.
We'll be with you to the end.
Do you trust us?
today I'm going to tell you all about them in soothing ASMR, which stands for Autonomous Subscription Meditative Reaction or something. With a Twitch subscription, you can watch our VODs immediately after the live broadcast, before they're uploaded to YouTube, so you can unwind with us at your own pace. Listen. That's the sound of your blood pressure decreasing. You also get access to all of our custom emotes. And you can post links in chat. Doesn't that sound nice? And speaking of chat, Twitch is the only place to join our live and professionally moderated chat while watching Critical Role. So snuggle up with some cocoa and let the calm flow through those fingers, critter. I'm whispering from really far away. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch subscription to a channel of your choice through Prime Gaming. So why not use that tranquil little freebie on a Critical Role subscription? Just remember to resubscribe every month. Oh.
Ugh. Am I doing this right? Or, oh, sorry.
Am I doing this right? You can also gift subscriptions to fellow critters. So what are you waiting for? Start spreading that sweet serenity with a Twitch subscription to Critical Role. It's like a warm blanket. Oh, hold on. It's my proctologist. Just give me a second, okay?
Hello? Oh, hey, Doc. Yeah, what's up? What do you mean more teeth? I thought you got rid of them all. Well, no, don't tell me to relax. I'm the one with teeth up my...
Subscribe.
And welcome back. So, before we jump in real fast, Ashley, have you decided on what you want to do?
Did she instantly change? Oh, yes, I did. Okay, so I'm gonna do. Don't fucking at me. I'm gonna do. So dumb. I'm playing my game. I am gonna do a third level and Rogue.
Hell yeah. I love it.
And I am going to do Arcane Trickster.
Okay.
Which I know is hilarious because my intelligence isn't very high, but I have reasons.
I love it.
So leave me alone.
And there can be narrative reasons as well, which I
Okay.
love. Great.
After
Awesome. So
almost 9 years of playing this game on the internet, we're like, shut up!
Don't!
Let me make my
all right.
choice.
Go ahead and roll your D8
No, we
hit points.
don't know what we're doing.
Never have, never will.
Okay, okay.
Don't care to.
Let's do this one.
Look at that. Out of the gate.
Look at that, right out the gate.
All right, perfect.
Add that. No? Do I?
So, bells hells. As you've now ascended into the lower atmosphere of Ruidus, the red moon of ill omen, storms roiling at all sides, and below you, the sight of the bloody bridge, its singular red beam just firing past you into the sky above, where it strikes down with the beautiful blue planet, Exandria. Where do you go and what do you do?
Matthew.
Yes, Sam.
Gross.
Gross.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry. What are you trying to keep quiet?
God.
I thought it was pretty great.
That one, it had a little salsa. Not gonna lie.
Did you eat salsa today?
Nope.
Sam, you were saying.
You tasted it?
I ate it.
I was saying, and we're back from commercial.
We'll cut all that.
I was saying, there's several of us.
Yes.
Who, in dreaming, have been to the moon before.
Correct.
Do I, as one of those beings, do I recognize any features, any landmarks, anything that we've seen before in waking dream form?
It's red.
I will say, any who have seen this landscape before can roll a survival check or a perception check.
I think we've all at some point, right?
Not all of us.
Okay.
But in dreams, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
In dreams.
I'm. This is a temporary. I don't know if this is staying.
There's different DCs for each person based on how familiar they are with the
Was it
landscape.
survivor?
Survival or perception?
I'll take survival for 19.
19?
Survival. My passive perception, 24 for the roll.
I am never rolling a Ruidus dice again. But it was not a 1. It was just a 9.
9.
Available in the shop.
17?
17?
No, that's not our Ruidus dice. It's just a red die.
Okay. 19 perception.
Natural one.
Okay.
I've only been to Ruidus once, but I rolled a natural 20.
Ooh.
Did you?
You're so good, Chad.
Because of the moon, and you're a wolf. The moon wolf, the wolf moon.
My virility is off the charts.
She's been erect this whole time.
For a total of
every episode.
Okay. I'll say
Okay.
right. So the threshold on this would have been about 20 plus. The natural 20 definitely pushing over the edge. While the rest of you still feel lost amongst the storm, Orem and Chetney, it's less about the landscape because you have no real correlation of direction. You just see a storm around you, and the only real landmass that you can see at this point, or the marker on the landscape, is that encampment beneath you. But looking up at Exandria and looking at the direction of kind of where the continent of Marquet is set, and looking at what would be north, south, east, west from there, and then recalling where you saw that city across the moon when you were looking through the telescope.
Oh, yeah.
You can figure a general direction that's likely where the city would be. So you can pick that direction. It'll still be a series of rolls to try and traverse if that's where you're trying to go.
So that direction, though, we don't see the city. It's just we're hoping, we're taking a shot in the dark and hoping
Correct.
we'll get there.
We were doing.
Yeah.
Cloud geometry.
From up above, can we see anything that looks like this kind of a structure? Like, I feel like this structure was made by the Ruby Vanguard, potentially.
This section here, you can see, it looks like it's been mostly constructed by a combination of both Ruby Vanguard and unfamiliar structure designs outside of what you've seen in the attire of some of the Rylorans. So it's kind of like a combined effort. And this appears to be a new encampment, a fresh encampment.
And as we leave the encampment from our bird's eye view, do any other structures other than the landing pad stand out? Is there a central HQ or any sort of...
There are a series of larger tents. There's no like stone-built structures or permanent things here. Everything here has been kind of temporarily set up around the base of operations.
Do we see Odahan from the sky?
Are you guys, how high up are you going?
Only on the moon once.
You're kind of leading.
How high can we?
Or you, either one.
I mean, you can go as high as you want. The wind gets stronger in some places.
I think we should stay in
Can we gauge that though
Yeah.
as we're moving? Like it's as
Keep
a
in
cloud,
a-
you start going like, whoa, this is fucked
Yeah.
at a certain point.
240 feet.
Yeah. All right. So you're leading in the direction where you kind of assessed it might
Spiraling up
we just
around
look
the
like
bloody
some
bridge to
we just look like air
on that perception check, looking for landmarks.
All right.
Especially with like a dust storm, like this place
And
just
hope-
has like dusty storms. Like we probably.
And we're not flying into the storm or anything insane
No.
if we go this direction.
That's at a distance still.
any direction you go, you're going towards a storm.
Okay, fair.
Is it possible to avoid, like, try to avoid them or move
We'll see
ahead
as
of
you
them?
get closer.
Okay.
It's tough to say.
But we're not
Most of the time you've ever been on this planet, psychically or dream-wise, it's rare to have not been in a storm.
Yeah.
It does break. You're not sure how often, but as you arrived in one, but they are pretty consistent.
And there's vast areas of storm, but we're not ringed in by storm all around.
It looks like it at a full distance, but sections are closer than others, and you're not sure if they break behind or not. Just from your current, like barely moving position, you can see on all horizons clouds, like big red clouds. Just some are kind of look like they're 100 miles away. You're not sure. Others look like they're 10.
We're in space, y'all.
We're in space. Do we see anything? Because you said we can't really, it's not tenable to hold this for forever. Do we see anything, though, that looks like a far enough outcropping, like a mountain or a cliff face, or something that would be good for shelter?
Along the ground here, as you get kind of more of a bird's eye view, you can see the landscape of Ruidus itself is fairly broken. It is a kind of bumpy, jagged series of land masses, hills that kind of come up to jagged points, and you can see there are sections where the ground itself cracks open, and these small chasms that kind of splinter off and fork for a handful of miles before they eventually dissipate back to just crag land. You see to the left of the direction you're traveling, where the clouds are about to consume it, there looks like there is a mountain range. Looks to be maybe 35, 40 miles off.
About to be consumed?
Meaning the storm will probably consume the mountain range before you get there in this form.
Yikes.
But you could then either travel by
close and
foot,
hunker down,
and then try and make the rest of the trek if you want.
And I'm guessing that looks like the best option right now.
That's
or
all
else
we
we're
can
just
see.
out in the open, which would be bad.
Kind of from this bird's eye view that you have. That's the most immediate landmass that seems like it has any sort of real distinction.
If I may counterpoint.
Just keep going into space.
We only get this gift of flight like this for 6.5 more hours. We don't know how far away the city is. Shouldn't we just go as far as we can, as close to the city?
Really far from right now, yeah.
Could be 100 miles. So
Go as far
we
as we
just
can.
keep
I
going
think
as
we head
far as we
towards the
can until
city.
this spell goes away.
And try to dodge the storms.
Because is this a one-off? Or I don't remember.
I think so.
It's a one-timing.
Yeah. It's a one-time. Commit
Then
to challenge.
absolutely go as far as possible.
Cast us on us.
We never answered if I saw Odahan.
Make a perception check.
I think I just had a
Also,
lapse.
or
It's just an
for
episode.
Odahan.
From space.
The sky. We're not in space. We're just above the
If
encampment.
Imogen tells me to, I have her luck. I roll balls. For me,
Rolled a 16.
17.
You do not see anyone from this height that resembles Odahan in the chaos.
Okay. All right, we should follow Orem and Chet's lead toward the city.
Speed. Whoa.
Speed runs in the family.
Shiver and quiff.
Aw.
Forgot about that.
They do
Okay.
fly similarly.
Okay, so you can travel in this form the equivalent of a little over 60 miles per hour.
Whoa.
Because it's 300 feet is your moving speed in this form. You're not going to be able to travel that speed all the time because there are storms coming, but you can get to the mountain range. I said it's about 30, 40 miles away. You won't get all the way there, but you'll get damn close to it before it closes there. Or you can just, like I said, you don't have a direct beeline. You just know it's kind of generally in that direction. And the mountain range is kind of the left-hand side. Do you want to shoot for that, or do you want to just try and like
shoot
streak
for the
shot?
mountain and then see if we can see past? But I don't want to get hit by that storm.
Maybe we can kind of
dart in front of the storm and try
Yeah.
to cut it.
Try to cut it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does the mountain range like run in the direction that we're heading, to where we can kind of?
It's a like kind of a razorback mountain range that kind of continues off almost like a dragon back that continues to wind up and down. But it's at kind of like an angle off to the side from where you're currently standing. So it's a longer range, and it looks like there's maybe 2 or 3 main ridges that kind of travel along that path at kind of an angle away from you. Shooting for it? Okay. You go at an incredible speed once more, just rocketing towards that area. You can see in the distance the flashes of odd lightning kind of sparking through the clouds of the distant and not so distant storms, the occasional one flashing and hitting some of the ground and landscape in the distance, and you can see and hear the rumbles that as it echoes around, just careening as fast as you can in that way. You can see the shape of that one mountain range getting closer and closer. Eventually, as you are not terribly far off from it, you can see where the storm is, and it's kind of coming in this way. You look to see if you can try and beat it onto a left side direction. There's not really a way to get around it. It looks like an entire front is kind of consuming this area. It's not like there are a couple of separate broken storms. It's like you are one of a handful of eyes in the hurricane that consumes the entirety of Ruidus, if that makes sense. There are pockets of clear. Otherwise, the rest of it has some sort of dust and wind. Some areas harsher than others. You can try and brave the storm still. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it will slow you down, and there's a chance that you might get thrown off course.
The Reynolds pamphlet.
What? I was right there with you. I was right there with
My head was halfway going through the eye of the hurricane.
The eye of the hurricane.
It's been a while since we've had a Hamilton.
Yeah.
Eliza.
Well, with love.
Anyway, with love, all with love.
Oh my God.
But nevertheless, the storm is encroaching. To follow the outskirts of the storm, not certain whether you can get completely around it. It will take you off course from the direction you're traveling, or you could try and descend and walk, or you can push through the storm in your current forms and roll for it. What do you want to do?
I think we go off course.
We go off course. We're on a.
I mean, unless you want to go to the mountain. If we drop our form.
These dice ain't gonna roll themselves. We roll for it.
Choice is all on you guys.
What did you just roll?
That doesn't count as bad.
What are you feeling?
So if we go off course, I think as I'm
We
a
fight the
cloud
storm?
flying on the moon, if we go off course and we land in these mountains, then we got to travel real far on foot,
We can keep pushing.
Yeah.
right?
I don't.
We try
When we
to
go
get to
off
the city.
course,
I don't mind banking around a storm in cloud form to try and find the fastest way there, even though it doesn't have to be a beeline since we're not really beelining
I
anyway.
think eventually we're going to get consumed by the storm no matter what.
Yeah.
But we can just
try to
kinda
keep
just
ahead of it for as long as we can, and then if it looks like it's taking us too far off course, then we bank in and try to head back toward the city.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. So with that, as you all kind of figure this out in your heads to each other, Orm, you shift off to kind of a front left direction to try and ride the edge of the storm like one would kind of ride the barrel of a wave as it's crashing. Cool. All of you kind of off the side as the massive, dark, shadowy red clouds just continue to billow forward, the flashes of causing this kind of dull electrical light show from the inside that is both beautiful as it is ominous. You can see the faintest shapes of the ground alongside the nearby mountain range. You can see the kind of broken rocky hills and elements of like mountain cliffs that begin to kind of rise up over portions of the rolling valley land.
Rise up.
Oh, God.
Sometimes
It's like it's 2016 again.
That's what happens when you listen to a musical 200 times.
Those are much more optimistic times. You do also, as you kind of like get lower, feeling like as the storm is getting closer, the wind above you is getting a little tenuous, so you kind of naturally begin to sink a little lower, and you can pick up more of the detail of the landscape below you. While a lot of it looks like just open, kind of barren land, you can see in areas where these kind of hills begin to break and where these cliffs begin to jut out, and some of these crevices begin to tear into the ground below. You can see bursts of red brush. God damn it.
That's a picture of Robbie. He's like, what's he looking at? And he's like, sorry, Matt.
Sorry, Matt. I think this we are
I'm ready.
in Dust Storm is fucking cool.
I was just having some water.
I know, I get it.
Oh, he's
Okay.
taking.
No!
He marked it.
Kill the robot.
Just adding hit points to things, it's fine. You can see there are these continued clusters of those like red brush, almost like a smattering of desert scrub, but it's this like vibrant and deep crimson tone to it. And as you can see as it spreads out, as opposed to normal kind of clusters of brush, this seems to almost like stretch out in places and then bloom, and like thinly push out and then bloom. It's like it expands in tethers and tendrils before blooming, as opposed to just a slow, gradual expansion.
Like War of the Worlds.
A little bit, kind of red weed sort of creep.
Capillary looking.
A little bit. You can also see that in some of these shadowed areas, there's more prominent tree-like vegetation. You can see, you can't quite make out details at this distance that you're flying, but you can see what looks like reaching branches. Though you can't really make out leaves, but there are like thin, long, reaching branch-like protrusions. It looks like small little clumps of forests in moments of shadow. You also pick up something running towards the storm. In fact, about a dozen of them, these like shapes that are just running across the base of the mountain range. And you see they're like running right towards the storm, towards the mountain range.
Kind of sized, even from
It's
this
hard to
distance.
tell from this distance. You make a perception check if you want to pick up the best you can. You can get closer for a higher DC.
Balls, total balls.
I'm
Yeah, can we like move
Yeah,
down
you
a
wanna
little
dip?
bit? Move down a little bit
Yeah,
to
you
see
can do
it?
that. As you all kind of get down to get a better view on them, you won't even have to roll if you're getting.
I'm looking for signs of life as well.
Indeed, this is a very prominent sign of life. You see 13 of these beasts. They resemble burly buffalo-like creatures, massive round-shouldered backs, and what looks to be like 6 buffalo-like legs that are thick stalked, stalk-like at the base, as they just kind of thunder across this area, leaving cracked ground in their wake. You can see the thickly furred hide that surrounds the bulk of their shoulders and back is tangled around a wreath of horns that seems to like protrude, like probably about 7 or 8 horns on each side of the head that kind of come out and curl outward in like rows. And you can see some that kind of curve down and fully, it's almost like a mane of horns around the front of its head. You're not at the direction where you can see its face. You can just see kind of the backs of them as they're running away from you towards the storm that you're skirting past. But they are all in a full sprint towards the edge of this coming dust storm.
It's interesting they're going towards it.
Well,
Yeah.
bison and buffalo typically
Run
head
towards.
into a storm.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we could follow behind them and
It gets the storm over with quicker.
we could follow.
It's true.
Are you serious?
Buffalo. Are they going fast? Like, what if we go down and like
Ride
use their wake to keep out of the
just drift?
Yeah.
Drift on
Can we
the
drift?
Float in the storm.
How fast do they go? Is it possible?
It's possible. You all are traveling much faster than they are.
Oh, right.
Like you are for high fantasy terms outside of teleportation, you're breakneck speed. You're all running freeway speeds when most things are, these are bison.
Right. Just take a minute and dip down a little and
if you want
see.
I mean, they're going into the store. That's what we were doing. Yeah.
Do you want to communicate with them with the language of love?
They can't see us. We're farts.
We'll just note them.
Yeah, note them for future.
We'll note 'em.
Keep going.
Okay. Do you just careen
Gonna
away and
keep on
continue on your
going.
path?
Keep on going.
Okay. You pull away from the cluster of beasts pushing.
How far are we away from the beasts, roughly?
I'd say right now you're a few hundred feet away. You're kind of like just close enough to start picking up the details of their forms.
Anything up, can you? Just
As
in
a-
case they're like intelligent.
I mean, we
or something.
could drop the form and then pick it
Yeah,
back
I
up
don't think
again
I
a minute
can.
later.
We can't use any. We can wait.
We can drop the form. It takes a minute.
Takes a minute to drop the form.
Interact with them and then take a minute and resume the form again.
I don't want to interact with like.
Well, then why are we
They're also
going down there?
I got.
I mean, they might not be trying to kill us. They could tell us about the area. They could give us warnings, or they could just be beasts and then we're clouds again.
I
But just
think
in
they're
case they're fucking like yetis or whatever.
I prepped something just in case.
Amazing. So you can talk to them and befriend them.
I prepped something called Beast Sense.
Great. Okay.
But you have to, it's a willing beast. But you can see and
I can talk to them.
Are they on
You can talk to them too.
wide, flat land?
I mean, it's wide and flat in places, but it's also the topography shifts pretty heavily.
Because if we go into humanoid form and they are not friendly,
it's
and we want to turn back into clouds,
We're
we're
fucked.
cooked.
Yeah, well,
Because there's nowhere to go to spend a minute without getting gored by.
I don't like.
We take
I think
chances.
they're fucking like
We
they're
take
like
chances.
beasts.
We're on the moon. We gotta take chances.
Yeah, but there's Raloran ahead.
We're going to be taking a lot of chances. Plenty of chances.
Well, what if we just get like a little close just to see if you get like a ping?
I'm a cloud. We don't
Yeah,
get
just
pings
drop
as
out of it.
clouds. We'd have to drop the form.
I understand what everybody's
I'm
talking
sure there.
about.
I'm sure there will be more. There can't be only 13 blood buffalo on the moon, right?
They're the
like
nicest
13
ones, though.
and then they're
Buffalo.
I could go talk to it and then I could just hide if they are ill-tempered.
Where?
You know.
Do you want to diverge or continue? The storm that they're heading towards is growing closer.
Yeah, they're going.
Keep
to the
going?
farm.
All right.
They're not going to stop and wait for us to take a minute to turn. Into,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
this
beg.
This is not doable.
It's cool.
Two clouds hang back.
What should we do?
Feels like we could just go down there and talk to
Just
them
like
a little bit.
should we get like a little lower than everybody else? Or do you think they'll get pissed?
We will buy you both a puppy later.
You don't even know which one we are. Like, you just look like a clown.
I could just be some other.
I could be Laudna right now. You don't know.
Maybe. What do you want to do? I'm just gonna go like a little lower.
Just a little lower. We're just going to get a little lower to see if they seem ill-tempered.
Okay. So as most of your group begins to careen off to the left to continue coasting as long as they can on the outskirts of the oncoming massive cliff of dust storm, the two of you just kind of get a little closer and you can get pretty quick up along them there. Both of you roll animal handling checks, I'll say, to understand the temperament of beasts and creatures.
Watch this.
Yes, sentient clouds make animal handling.
Watch this.
What can we do as clouds?
Boom.
We can't do
12.
any
You
of our
can
abilities.
move,
Boom.
or you can become not clouds over a minute.
Got it.
19.
19. Kind of gliding by and getting a closer look on them. Yeah, they're very strong, and the horns as they curve around the front of the head, you can see they have like the side-mounted eyes. They're definitely they're prey beasts, like by evolution standards. So they're not predators. You can gather by the way that their eyes are set on the side of the face. Their nose itself, as it kind of protrudes forward, as opposed to like a bovine type nose, it just kind of goes into this kind of smooth curve, almost like a stunted elephant in the front that kind of curves forward, and you can see like as they're running, the bottom of it kind of opens up every now and then, and you can see like big row of square teeth that are kind of like there's kind of like a foam froth at the corners as they run, but it just seems through activity. There's no sign of fear in their movement. They're just running.
Square teeth. Vegetarian.
Yeah, vegetarian. Have you ever been bitten by a horse, FCG?
No.
That's a very good point.
No, I haven't. They don't bite people.
You do also see that 3 of them of the group are of slightly smaller size. So you see there are some adolescents with...
Are they real teeny horns?
They do. They're like little curves. Like that.
We have to know them.
What do you want to do? You want to go back in?
You also gather they're about front, like nose to back end, about 9 to 10 feet. So they're quite large.
I'm gonna give it a spoon. All right,
I don't know what to do.
All right, well, let's go back up.
Can our friends hear us? Hello? Can you hear us? Psychically?
Can we?
What's the distance on that spell?
Oh, it's my
Telepathic
spell,
bond?
I think it's miles.
I think it's miles. So yeah, you can hear them.
No,
Hey,
you
these-
can't.
These guys seem harmless. They're vegetarians.
Yeah, they're like bulls. They're moon bulls.
Or something nicer than a bull.
Are you both flying into a dust storm right now, like straight into a giant wall of death?
No, we're hanging out with these cuties.
Could you look up for just a second? Just in front of you. What do you see?
I don't see you anymore.
You see a
All right,
giant dust
wait,
storm.
we gotta get up
Hurry.
here.
You're gonna get sucked into that storm.
Not us. We're too good. We're squid swimming through the storm.
Did the rest of you wait up a little bit for your 2 scattered friends?
Alongside them? With them?
Yeah, we flew like up.
Yeah, you all split it off, and they just went and followed the rest of that group.
But you're like 10 or 15 feet away from these
Yeah,
guys?
just like between.
You are
These are the
absolutely
first-
blending their fart molecules
Yes.
with the molecules of your body.
We'll get
And
there.
they're
The
gonna get
first
grappled.
beast we've seen on another planet. How can you not go
First
up and look at
contact.
it? Have to. Okay.
The Changebringer would have wanted this.
I agree.
It's like second or third contact. But
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know.
So you're both now returning to Clifford
Yeah,
Rose. The rest of you are waiting for them?
yeah, but
Ish.
Not
Okay.
running. We're
Yeah,
trotting.
we
Right.
slowed down, but we didn't
to
stop.
50 miles an hour.
Yeah, there you go. Eventually, you all kind of gather up once more, and following along the storm side, the storm front, you realize at this point, is hundreds of miles long, probably. Or what you can tell, you don't see an end of it. You don't see a curve. It just continues on into the horizon, and the open pocket of clear sky that you've been enjoying since your arrival is short-lived. So you get the sense that either you're going to have to continue to veer further left, and it'll be another series of rolls to try and get back on course, or you could try and land or push through the storm.
Is there anything resembling shelter at all on the...
I mean,
The buffalo will let us ride them.
I thought about it. I'm not going to pretend I didn't. There's just a whole series of complicated issues there, because we would have to wait for a whole minute, and they're going to run away.
Wait, let's go back to Orem's combining with their fart molecules thing. If we, just theoretically,
we're backtracking for fart molecules?
well, could we seek shelter as gaseous forms in the buffalo?
Like go up their
Like a
asses?
tauntaun?
Yes, like a tauntaun, but up there.
God.
I'm just saying.
That would be a
Can
high.
a campaign go by where we don't know if something's
When you
asked?
look over to the Fern and
one, done it
FCG
already.
clouds,
Oh, God.
you notice that the Fern and FCG clouds are just a little pouty.
Are we pushing on or are we going
Yeah, we're-
down to the ground?
It's the little
Is there
bit.
anything?
We already said
Okay,
if
we are.
we
Make a
can't
perception
cut
check.
it,
That
we
will
try
do
to
it.
cut through the storm. Let's try to
I'm just
fucking.
going to do a little whatever.
Perception or survival.
Give him the order.
17?
17, not bad.
No sense of the
Yeah,
future.
so you can see, because you're kind of now starting to hit that point where the storm is consuming the mountain range, and you're just along the base of the mountain range that you've been following along the way. Where the mountains begin to rise, you can see there are like cliff edges that kind of like protrude out in these very harsh endings. And beneath that, there are alcoves, kind of the faces of caverns that might burrow deeper into the mountain. You're not quite sure how shallow they are. You can see there are various cracks in the ground, some like 3, 5, 10 feet deep or more. That can also be, places to weather the storm if you wanted to stay stationary. You also do not know how long this storm may blow.
Do we want to? How long is this? Does this spell last beyond where we're at now?
8 hours.
We have no idea how far away the city is.
I'd say for now you've traveled you have about an hour of the spell's been used, so you still have 7 hours of it being available to you.
So I think we should probably ground ourselves, because if we do get hit and it like scatters us, then we're separated.
Fact.
Yeah.
Let's just. I would say let's just take a minute to regroup in one of these shelters, just one of the little cliff edges,
Okay.
or in one of the crevices.
Short
Cliff edge,
rest.
probably.
Short rest on the Martian mountain.
Sure.
Okay. You all begin to descend quickly towards what you find is the nearest, safest looking alcove right along the base of this mountain range. As you kind of careen up to its side and fit within the space, it's maybe about 25 feet wide at the mouth of it and about 10, 12 feet tall. So it's very much this kind of wide oval type entryway shape with a kind of a jagged top and roof. And as you enter in, it only goes back about another 30 or so feet before it stops. But you do find it a space where it seems the wind doesn't quite pierce into the interior. The temperature is a bit cold out here, but not as cold as it would be as you begin to. I assume you're reverting to your normal forms as you enter.
We're taking some person time.
Okay. As you kind of revert within this cavern, you feel that temperature rush into you, and it's chillier than it was back at the encampment where you had arrived at. So you kind of immediately begin to have to bundle up a bit to be aware that at these certain storms at sea, the temperature drops pretty significantly.
And before we go into the cave too far, let's just say before we went in, we cast a look over our shoulders just because we made a highly arcane fueled escape from an area where people were looking for us. Was anything flying in the air behind us looking for us?
Perception check?
Perception
check.
Always.
I always assume if there's one there, it's going to be an orb.
Oh, very average my checks.
Natural 19 for dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20. Like father, like son.
Dang. Oh my god.
The source.
Looking back, and you have, at this moment, like as the storm's just starting to push over, you can see like the periphery of your vision out back from where you came from. The dark red is just starting to consume the outside, but you still have a pretty clear shot from the direction you came from. And you can see on that end the kind of the dark cloud-covered horizons. You can see the occasional flashes in the distance, the kind of wisps of kind of gray, red clouds that kind of dapple the open space. No sign of anything directly in pursuit. Or if anything is, you've at least outpaced it for the time being.
Can we see the bloody bridge in the distance? Like a red
Oh yeah,
line
you
on
can
the
definitely see that singular like thread. And it just follows it up before it nearly vanishes at the cusp of your home.
Okay.
Ladna?
Are we declouding?
Yeah.
All
Got
right.
anything on the magic on the ball of doom?
As soon as I dequeef myself, I pull out the trashy scrapple.
Merriam-Webster's new word of the year.
Dequeef.
Bequeath.
Requeef. Dequeef.
Bequeathed?
You're gonna be pleased.
Yeah. Bequeathed.
No, stop it!
So wait, we have bidet, minus size, and bequeathed. Beep, beep.
Dearly bequeath.
So great to be back.
The scribe ball's dark.
Like your heart.
I look up and out and up at. Can I see Exandria from here?
You can indeed, though it is going to rapidly vanish as the dust cloud begins to consume
Does it look like
the
it's
area above you.
moved at all?
Not from what you can tell.
That's not.
I'll
No.
keep looking.
You should lie to him.
Keep looking.
Tell him it's round.
Signs of activity.
They're tidally locked by the bloody bridge.
It's tidally
This is
locked.
all fucked.
No!
I want nothing more than to disprove him.
How much of the sky does it take up?
Tidally.
Exandria.
from where you are here, if you look out beyond the cave, which means you have a decent chunk of your vision is available from where the cave kind of closes off. Exandria takes up probably a good fifth of the sky, a fifth to a sixth of the sky from what you can see. So like it's pretty massive and it's not too distant. Ruidus just looks a lot smaller because it is a smaller mass from Exandria, but Exandria is quite large.
We can still see the sky through the storm coming.
I know, you're seeing it for the last moment you can as the clouds are beginning to swarm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have we looked around this place? I'm looking around the cave. It's a cave or a structure?
It's a cave. We just need to. I want to see if it seems like people have ever been here before. Are there footsteps where we haven't gone? Are there?
I cast.
You can make an investigation check.
I cast light through my eyeballs.
All right.
What kind of check did you say?
Investigation.
I'll do it. Just for any organic, just for smells in general.
Go for it.
Okay.
Smart. You're smart.
Can we see
No, I'm not smart.
Can we see Katha? Oh, from here?
From this perspective, you do not see Katha.
18 on the nose.
19.
Great.
I could make myself
As
smart.
you light up the interior of the back of this cave, you do immediately notice, one, there are signs of what looks like a small fire that hasn't been used. With a glance over it, probably in quite some time. This is not the first time something has used this cave for cover. You can see what looks to be like remnants of rope, but it's of a material, once you kind of pick it up and look at it, like it's began to deteriorate and decay over time, so it's also been here for quite some time and kind of exposed to the elements. But it's not a standard kind of like hempen rope or a silken rope. The material is almost spongy. It has like a, it has kind of like an old decaying sponge sort of crumbliness to it as you rub your fingers on it, and like the faintest gray-blue color. So make a nature check if you want to inspect this material.
I'll try.
Guidance.
Feels like something.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Great.
That's with a D4, correct for you?
Look at you learning to play D&D.
Oh, who me after 10 years?
I knew we'd get there eventually, guys. I'm so proud of you.
21.
21. You, in particular, being familiar with the kind of darker, more moisture-based portions of natural spaces, this is a fungus. Or at least it was once a fungus. Oh my god, you two. My friends are dirty. I don't mind.
You gotta get something to clear up that Delilah.
See, that's the problem. It doesn't ever go away. It just flares up every now and then. But whatever material this rope is made of is fungus. It's a dried, treated fungus. But for fungus to exist, it needs dark,
Something to
damp
feed
spaces.
off of. And dark, damp spaces.
Could I?
Check. Yeah.
Could I
Something to dark
Could I
spaces.
You're not wrong either.
No.
Could I go over to the campfire and do my damn thing?
I was going to offer you a knife for that.
Grim psychometry, like touch the middle of the fireplace and recall information about the sinister or tragic history of an object or area you're touching in your current location.
Yeah, go ahead and make that wisdom roll for me.
I think it's intelligence.
What is it? Is the ability?
Intelligence roll. A history check.
Oh, gotcha.
Plus 3, 19, 20, 21.
21's not bad. As you're kind of looking over the space, you kind of sit down and concentrate, and as you breathe outward, you connect the crimson power that sits in your body seems to connect with the crimson rust of the landscape that surrounds you. And as you close your eyes, you see a shape or a shadow. It's you, kind of hunched and squat, swathed in tattered materials. You gather tools and watch as a storm clears, pick your things up, take what looks like a hitching post sort of reins that have been kind of dangling the outside, and you can see there's some sort of a beast of burden on the outskirt. As you begin to move, you hear restlessness a beast kind of, and then it tears away out of your grasp. You see the shape dart off into the field. You go to give chase before the ground quakes and tears open beneath it as a larger shadow just consumes your mount and is gone. You stay perfectly still. And you hold your breath. And when you think time has passed and it's safe, you take a step back. And you feel the quaking once more. You dart out of the cavern because there's nowhere else to go, and you begin to climb up the side of the rock to try and get above ground, to try and get to a space where it can't get to you. But in the back of your mind, you know there's nowhere to escape before the shadow takes you too.
That's not good.
Look, why do you got that look?
We got Kevin Bacon. Tremors. Oh. There's something that like burrows through the ground and comes up.
Oh no.
Should we leave? We should probably leave.
No, we should stay here.
What?
Yes, and we should all...
Not move. Ever.
What?
No, flying's good.
Oh, okay. We should leave.
Also, I can't tell how long that was, but it was here. They were taking shelter, but they had a mount, and it seemed very perilous on the ground. So maybe good to be wary of.
Any signs of recent death, bones, or anything like that?
I mean, you've done a pretty fair investigation space around this between your light and you all taking a look. No sign of bones, no sign of death. Just been abandoned for quite some time.
No graffiti, no scratching, no.
You don't see any, and the thing is, most of the ground here is, because of the nature of these storms that blow through, dust gets brought in heavy amounts and then gets drawn out like a suction wind tunnel. So by that nature, the landscape of the surface and the near surface of this moon is ever being wiped clean and changing and growing and eroding.
Can I feel the presence of Predathos?
Do you want to try and reach out?
You're in a protected spot-ish.
Yeah, you do.
Just to see.
Surrounded by friends, no enemies.
We're here for a recon.
Probably gonna take a short rest.
I think it's still safe to stay here, and you can just be aware that we might have company, and maybe just stay quiet.
What was the vision? Was it out on the
mount?
crest?
They left the cave.
Right.
And the mount burst from the cave, went down to the plains, and in front of it, something seemed to come up out of the ground.
So we're talking dune rules, rock.
I think so.
Structure.
I think so.
Safer.
Yeah.
Down.
Maybe we take a short rest and then I see if I can sense Predathos. Just so we
That's
can
fair.
get a little bit of our strength.
It might not be a cave. It could be a...
What if it's like a blip?
What if it pings us? Let's take a short rest and then I'll see if I can sense it. Because if it lets everyone know our location, I don't want to take that risk.
It's okay. FCG can teleport us out of here.
See what happens.
I got it. Short rest.
Short rest.
Okay, y'all take a short rest. You can spend your hit dice to heal up, get back any abilities and
And
or
we
spells.
still have, how much do we have? We should still have a decent amount left of our Hero's Feast, right? 24 hours?
Yeah, you ate it the night before you left, correct?
Yeah.
To save the spell slot?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So that would be 8 hours. So you have about 14 more hours of your Hero's Feast, including the travel and your short rest here.
I'm rolling almost all of my Blood Hunter dice because I got fucked up down below.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. 37.
That would be another hour.
I don't need to take a short rest.
Damn it, 9.
That doesn't get you any.
I'm rolling so low on all of these.
I don't need to take a short rest, so I'm going to just spend this hour baking.
Okay, you can do that.
I'm going to bake.
All right. How's the weather outside?
Storm hasn't let up.
It's still frightful. Okay.
From best you can, you can't see more than maybe 20 feet beyond the mouth of the cave. The storm is entirely enclosed and devoured the horizon.
And the wind is heavy. The
It
wind
is quite heavy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
May I?
But our max hit points are up from our new roll.
Correct.
So it's not going to that. It should be I should have 89.
Just override HP for now.
Okay.
Matt, question.
Mm-hmm.
If I
we lost?
find familiar to get Pate back, if I have him on me, would he also take the gaseous form?
No.
Okay. So I should probably not bring him back right now.
I'd probably recommend doing that at a place where
We're not.
Yeah, you can always summon him again later if you need to at another location. But he is unaffected by that spell.
Okay.
Could you throw him in the bag of holding when we gas it up?
You could do that.
Pull him out later.
Speaking of the bag of
It's
holding,
true, he's not really living.
Mm-mm.
So we can.
He is quite not living. He's just aware.
So it wouldn't bamf him out. I could keep him in the bag of holding while we
You do.
turn. All right, then I'll bring him back.
Okay.
It's good to have him.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
We put a possum in the bag of holding. Then you stopped concentrating. So now is it a gigantic creature in the bag of holding?
Bag of holding, there's like 5 to 10 minutes of air.
But how do we get it out?
We just ask for it. We just call
Yeah,
it
you could just
forth.
call it forward, but remember, we did this with Dork the Ox. And
Yeah, but by that point,
Doesn't
Dork
it
the
rip
Ox
the
was.
bag?
No. It just comes out kind of rotten and gooey.
Yeah,
But this one has only
or
been.
in pieces.
This one has only been dead for a short time. Or Dork the Ox had been dead in there for quite a while.
We're also assuming that Rylorans breathe.
That's true. It could still be alive. That's
true.
Dork was some home game shit. No one knows what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Some old school folk.
First
Very old.
we've talked about
animal
Dork.
we put in the bag of holding.
But then the last, well, no.
Grog put him in there.
Yeah.
Made sense at the time. Hold this ox till later.
I mean,
The fun part was watching him put it in there.
worst case scenario, if he's not dead, we can take him right out into the storm.
I guess my question is, we can still get other things out of the bag. It's not consuming the space.
No,
Correct.
Not like that.
But is there a way to like?
Isn't there a limit to bag of holding capacity?
Size
There
and
is.
weight wise,
huge,
but it's
though.
massive.
Okay.
It's a Mary Poppins bag. You can be like, I want my umbrella. And the umbrella.
Sure,
comes
but
out.
if this thing is a ton,
He's taking enough a chunk of space in there.
Sam,
yeah.
you know this is all make believe, right?
it needs to make sense for me.
Yeah, it is.
No way to
There
just
is a
like
limit.
peek to see how he's doing.
The bag of holding is the
now
portable
that doesn't
hole.
make
You could. The portable hole you can look into like it's a storage chamber. Bag of holding, you think about what you want when you reach in and you pull it out. But you can't
have
actually
to
look
pull it
in.
all the way out. I can't just like halvesies pull him out to be like, oh shit, he's still alive.
I mean, you could
Shove him
try.
back
You can
in.
certainly try.
You could probably fight back.
Yeah.
If he's alive.
We'll wait
If
on
he
that.
breathes.
When we leave, we'll pull him out and leave him here.
Most
Yeah,
likely
we'll circle
dead.
back. We'll circle
Leave him
back.
there.
Which is why if someone doesn't know
Yes.
what's in the bag,
As
they
a
can't
meat
pull it out.
distraction
I was gonna
later.
say it could also be
They have to
food
destroy
for.
the bag and then everything
Alive
goes
or dead.
poof.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the juggernauts, right? Which
Yeah.
was an automaton. Can't
No.
cap.
No,
No,
just a big
that's just a
beefy
big
Ryloran.
beefcake Ryloran.
Oh, that's right. It was. That's right. Okay. Okay.
I regained one of my spells just with my short rest.
Okay. Also, as you're having the short rest, Imogen,
Oh. Yes. I mean, yes.
you're concentrating and focusing. Everyone's going about their business. You notice this like shimmer of just the faintest bit of energy that just kind of rests in the air, like this, almost like how magnetic powers near iron filings can like draw them together. Like there's just this ever-present red energy that kind of just sits around you. Like if you just look off into space, into the blue sky for too long, you can kind of just make out the ever-shifting pattern of this energy. It's always been there, and it's about you've come to now realize it's probably part of your essence of a Ruidus born. But you can see it kind of like drawn in a direction, and you watch it shift, and the only thing that's shifting is Fern. Like there's part of your energy that's kind of reaching out, or at least is connected in some way that you can't describe.
I'm just moving slow mo.
That ass.
Yeah.
Can you come over here?
Slowly.
As she walks toward me, does it get like stronger? That feeling?
It does, like faintly. It's. You saw this once before.
When it
right before the Bloody Bridge was created, when the event happened at the Malleus Key, and all the various Ruidus-born felt this kind of this previously unknown energy of exultant or not being drawn towards this central event. But that never went away. It wasn't expended. That was just a manifestation of this innate power. And now, here on this planet, it seems like it's slightly more present or visible than you could previously expect. And so, if you just concentrate, but just kind of hold still and don't focus directly on something, but just kind of let your vision take in the space, you can see this kind of ever so faint ethereal red tether between the two of you.
Do I see it?
Unfocus your eyes. Have you ever looked at one of those magic images, where you...
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
unfocus your eyes and then you see something
everyone's
else?
like, I see this.
Yeah,
and I'm
like, oh,
I
it's a
can't, but
sailboat.
My eyes just hurt.
Yeah. Try to do that.
Okay.
Now, Fern, you have a pretty high passive perception, so it's very easy for you to pick up on this particular pattern.
Well, I know. We have a bloody bridge between us.
Wow.
You begin to kind of like consider what this could be.
We're in sync.
We're in a mood tonight.
I can tell. Oh, we're all punchy.
Children. Just absolute children.
This is extremely unrealistic for any true D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Everyone's always very serious. But even just kind of taking a moment, you would not really kind of focused on the connection between Ruidus-born and kind of those power sets, those seeds of Predathos' ability that rested in each of you. But you now see that it's not independent. Meaning there is something that connects you all, even on some unseen level, that is only just barely visible here. And if you want to check your feats real fast, you have a new feature.
Me?
Yes.
Stealthed it in. Damn.
Does that mean that
while we were watching it,
all the living Ruidus-born are like some sort of a network?
Could be.
Flesh batteries?
Yeah, if those War of the Worlds capillary-looking vegetation is any indication, maybe it is all part of one big shared. What if y'all are like red blood cells? Double gasp?
What the fuck do you think they're doing over there?
Whoa!
That's weird.
Whoa! That's cool!
I like it.
I get a benefit just from being around her. Because I'm a sport.
Won't you share with the class?
How's y'all doing?
We can share magic.
Oh,
Well,
what?
that's cool.
We're synced
Bound to happen.
up.
Moon stuff.
You can spend your sorcery points to replenish target Ruidus-born of their expended spell slots. So I can use my sorcery points to give her some spells back. And she can also sacrifice spell slots to give me sorcery points.
That's fucking
So if like you have a ton of spells left and I have none, you can give me a spell slot basically because I can replenish from my sorcery
I have
points.
a tampon and you do not.
Give me one.
So sorry.
And if you're all out of spells and I have sorcery
should've-
points, I can give you a
I've
spell slot.
seen this
I'm so sorry.
immediately.
This is good.
We've been
Okay,
making
okay,
bloody
okay.
bridge jokes for months. Months.
Matt.
I'm sorry.
Matt.
It's gonna come out.
Moon pearls.
Moon pearls.
Okay.
The pearls are the best ones.
Or if you have one spell that's really working and the rest aren't, then you can crank it into the other person.
Yeah.
Does the
I wonder if we could maybe like use this if we like did a spell in conjunction with each
Yes.
other, like it might amplify
It
it,
could
in some
amplify
way.
Enter this bloody conversation.
This is very
cool.
This is just women feeling their power. We
Yeah,
should just let this
we're
out.
just stepping into our bloody power.
Are you okay, Laudna?
Jesus.
Do you see my? Do I have an aura? Do
Yeah,
do
like,
I?
are
Do
you jealous?
Do you? No.
Okay, because they seem like they're bonding.
Do I have an aura?
Step
Yes,
closer.
you
do you have blood?
You've always had one.
Yeah. I see it. There's a tether.
But can you guys share spells and stuff like you were talking about with Fern?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Is Laudna Ruidus-born?
No.
No, definitely not.
There is.
I'm maybe Ruidus dead, but
There are lots of threads, though.
Yeah, I see. No, seriously though, like everybody looks.
I'm sorry.
You said we could see it, like little connections with everybody here, right?
You mean like?
Right.
Obviously, like I'm not trying to like take advantage of this feat.
Be,
No, that would
to
just
be specific, what you're noticing here seems to be primarily or ultimately between Ruidus born.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. That was
Now, the second thought that comes to you is if this is what can connect the two of you.
Network. We should think it's what can drive you apart as well. Well,
There are also
That
other
means
people
it's
could,
people who can follow the thread.
or could take advantage
Or
of
your
that.
mom could sap your sorcery points.
That was my
what I was
question.
thinking.
Is it, do you have to willingly give up those spell slots, or can you vampirize someone else's
It
slots
doesn't
against
say.
their will?
It says they can sacrifice their spell slots.
Interesting.
It doesn't.
Don't know if you don't try.
You haven't tried it, but
Maybe you could sap some magic from Odahan, or she could sap some magic from you.
But I wonder, like, you know, because you were made by fate, and I was made by design, I guess. So I wonder if I'm like off the grid a little bit.
I mean, you
You
come
know what I
from
mean?
the Fey realm. I don't think there's a lot of Ruidus born in the Fey realm.
Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna have to tinker with this. This is cool. All right.
I love you too. You're great.
Your aura is like a soft blue.
Oh yeah, and it's connected to you.
It's just kind of I don't know. It could be just the way the light is bouncing
Yeah,
off of you. I'm not entirely sure.
My lights are on.
Don't forget, you're a high-value target. Somebody tried to kill you.
I know, yeah. I mean,
I don't even think we know that whole story.
yeah.
Keep our eyes peeled for anything seely in nature.
Yeah.
Should I try to connect to Predathos? Feel it out?
Yeah, sure. Like, are you scrying? What are you doing?
Probably just like a little opening up my mind to
Okay.
what's.
As long as we're okay having to
But is
take
it-
off pretty quick if things go
Yeah.
south.
It could be like a, but we're
And
far
yeah.
off.
It's also the whole reason we're here, and we're alone for now. So
But do you think like your mother could connect to that?
Maybe.
I'm not saying it's not worth it.
I think it is good that we still have this spell on us that keeps anything from prying in. That might help protect us a bit. I don't know though.
And it's not like we're super stealthy either. Like, we made a fucking mess coming in. So
Make a mess wherever we go.
Yeah.
But if it goes wrong, we can leave fast.
Yeah.
Faster than we'll be able to tomorrow.
It's true.
do it. We'll kill you if it goes sideways.
We'll kill him if it goes
I
sideways.
didn't. That's not true.
I wonder, like, if I would feel you connect.
I don't know.
Fuck
Let me
around,
know.
Find
Let's
out.
see. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn around so I'm not looking at you.
I'm
That'll
gonna
make.
I'm gonna pinch Imogen
Ow,
and see
what
if
the
you feel
fuck?
it.
I didn't feel anything.
That
Okay,
really
do
hurt,
not
you
try it.
motherfucker.
Oh, what the?
We're all connected here. All right. I'm gonna sit down and put my palms down, kind of like I did in my dream.
Yeah.
Put my palms down on the ground and reach out, like with open mind, and try to sense Predathos.
Okay.
That energy that I felt in my dream.
You close your eyes and recall that sensation, that simultaneously reaching out and opening up. And it doesn't take long for that feeling of you dropping out of your own consciousness.
Oh shit.
Like you are tumbling out of the back of a swing, and there's no ground to catch you as you feel the cavern vanish, and the shadow of the surrounding rock takes you. And here, in this familiar void, you feel that presence, that overwhelming presence that vibrates like the slowest, most ancient snore, rumbling through everything that surrounds you. You feel that connection, that welcoming, earnest draw. Like you've never belonged to anything more in your life. And you feel that tug down, down, down. And then you feel it shift as it notices you.
This might have been a mistake.
And you hear in your mind, in your soul, in every vibrating atom in your body, you feel it. Welcome home. Join us. Wake us. Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Did you say wake us? Wisdom
got
saving throw with advantage, yes. Advantage.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, my wisdom is so low.
Hero's Feast, you got this, boo.
Guidance? I don't know.
I'm just throwing.
Hey,
Advantage,
doesn't hurt to try.
Advantage.
Okay.
It's not good. It's not great.
It's great.
It's 14.
14.
It's not terrible.
You, this presence, they're not even words, they're just emotions that your brain can only try and comprehend. And the way that it swallows you, shakes you to where the steeled will that you've worked so hard to build suddenly crumbles. And in that moment of faltering fear, you let it all in. And when it does, you are pulled deeper into the darkness, and suddenly you can see hundreds of little red lights here in the shadow. So many of them. One of them that looks like Fern. Some very bright ones. One that looks like your mother. And they're all moving down. And you feel all of you all connect and network, and suddenly you can feel them all looking towards you. And through all of them you hear once more, wake us. Do you resist, or do you delve deeper?
Go in and do it. We're here for a reason. We're here for a reason. We're here for a reason.
No, I'm gonna try to fight it. I'm not gonna, I don't want to wake up.
Start that lawnmower.
No.
He didn't say, do you want to wake them? He said, do you want to let yourself go deeper?
No, I don't want to go deeper. I don't want to go deeper. I don't want to go deeper.
She make her own decisions.
I don't want to go deeper because if I go deeper, I won't be able to fight it. I'll be part of it.
You got your friends here.
Are you sure?
I really think so.
Fern. You love her.
Make a wisdom
I'm here
saving
too.
Do you think your mom's fighting it? Do you think she gave
I
it?
think she tried to fight it, but she's still here. She still wasn't helping us because she got sucked in. But she was trying to fight it for so long. Just give into it. Okay. That's
An
better.
advantage?
That's a 18.
It's an 18.
Oh, there's a little one in there.
Yes, isn't that cool?
Oh, that's how it's called.
That series of red connecting threads, like the tiniest little bridges between all of these people, this network of Ruidus born. All of these seated figures that have gathered and are still gathering here to this world for what purpose you don't understand, or now you do. To wake them, to wake it, you begin to feel these tethers get stronger and stronger, and you pull back, and with all of your might, in the memory of being a child lost in these dreams, surrounded by dust and red and hopelessness, you scream, and the darkness shatters, and you're back in the cave around your friends. You all watch as Imogen just screams loudly, her eyes bright red, and you watch as all of the spider-like lightning marks on her body brighten like the end of a heated ember before they slowly subside as she returns.
I just quickly grab her and say, shh, 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 shh. Sorry. Is that right? Is that right? Jenny, will you go check the front?
Yeah.
What happened?
There's still time. There's still time. It's not awake yet. Not all the way. Y'all, I don't know if I'd be able to fight that again.
Do you think you're like their messiah? Their chosen one?
No. No.
If it's not your mother.
They're all chosen. It's all... I saw everybody here. I saw all the Ruidus born that are here. I saw you.
You did?
You can't fight it.
It seems your experience is so unique compared to, I don't mean this in a bad way, but compared to Fern and...
They seem like they need you.
Yes.
I don't think if Fern tried to do the same thing, she would have the same results.
I come back from the front. Is anything moving, flying?
Storm's still blowing through.
Right.
When, from my perspective, did I feel anything when she blipped online?
I mean, her presence, just the nature of her power is something that is very affecting in the vicinity. But when she flared, that tether between the two of you, for a brief moment, almost like the filament in a light bulb kind of glowed.
Did her, the webs of all did they get wider and then smaller? They just were brighter.
They were just brighter.
Okay.
Imogen, I believe you. And I'm guessing you're not wrong. But what they're all gathering here to do is they're going to make it happen one way or another. And you're our best shot of getting close and understanding.
You want me to go back in?
I need you here with us. And we need to keep going.
You don't have to do anything you
Of course she doesn't have to.
do.
But you know what's at stake.
Of course.
You still
But I want to be able to...
her, though.
No, I don't think you understand. My mother reached out to me my entire life. As soon as I started feeling that pull, she tried to get me to run away from it. She knew. She knew that once you were in it, you couldn't escape. And I think that's what's happening with her,
Okay, game it out with me. We turn around, we run away.
No, I'm not gonna run away. I'm not gonna run away. We need to fight this. I'm just saying, I don't think if I can keep from delving like that again.
That's not where I'm going. What you just did was dangerous, and we know more now than we
Yeah.
did 10 minutes ago. But this is gonna test you.
Yeah.
And the risk. You're right, it's real. But I don't even want to think of the alternative. So does she have to do it? No. But I am pressuring her to do it.
Let's not pretend it's not going to happen one way or another anyway. You're either going to end up down there on your terms or on somebody else's. It's just a fucking inevitability.
And I'm not just pressuring her, I'm pressuring you. And him, and them. Me.
We're all here.
Yeah. It's not a tourist stop.
No.
We're risking everything, because we have to.
This, don't forget Orem. This is a research mission. We're gathering intelligence. We're not going to fight it right now.
And you just did. And there's more to know.
Yeah.
I have another theory. I actually think you might be the key. Your mom, when you saw her before, she didn't try and persuade you to join, right? It was run.
Yeah.
And if they're saying wake us, maybe your mom is actually, hear me out, like a secret agent. Maybe she's trying to keep tabs, and the thing that they need is you. Odahan tried to unlock you, right? So what if this whole time the thing they need is you?
I agree with that. It's kind of what I meant by the Messiah thing, their savior. It's kind of similar vein.
Which puts us in a very advantageous position. I'm just saying, I would rather have the thing that they want and need than not be able to affect any kind of influence at all. Plus, it might help explain why it's been connected in the sky for so long and nothing's really happened.
It could also be somewhere in between where they need her to make it sooner, faster, easier, but they can still do it without her. If we knew that it was her, then we should not have you here at all. We should lock you away where they can't find you somewhere.
I don't think that that's an option.
But also, I feel like all the Rylorans that we've met they seem wonderful to me. This is their home.
But to that point, remember when we were coming up here, and the one Ryloran alluded to, good guys versus bad guys up here.
Yeah. They called it what, the Imperium? Yeah.
So, in addition to this research mission, I feel like it would be very beneficial to figure out who that faction of good
Rebel
guys.
Alliance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fine.
But the thing is, it's not like it's making so many noises. What if... Okay, just hear me out. I'm just gonna try to circle this square here. Like, what if you're supposed to wake up the good guys type of a thing? Like, I know you're a Messiah situation, whatever you want to call it. But like, maybe your mom wanted you to run because of all the other shit going on. And maybe because you are supposed to wake something up. I don't know. I feel like the Rylorans are not I feel like we should help them. I mean, this is our home.
Well, and you said you saw Fern in this group.
I'm not that bad guy.
To that point,
Are you?
Well, I mean,
Did I get a sense when I was there, like her location? Could I sense that she was next to me?
You can sense that she was very close. And the network of people that you saw, there were very bright ones.
Yeah.
You were a very bright one. Your mother was a very bright one. You saw maybe 24 ones of around that equal level of brightness, with some varying. And there were dozens more that were fainter, like Fern, all Ruidus born. But you could make out that there were exaltants like you, kind of the true final evolution of what the Ruidus born was intended to eventually be. And those that are part of that network, supporting that network. You also got a sense that you could see loosely where they were, the direction where they were from you. And now that you think of where you are and can remember where you were sitting, you also have a pretty strong idea of where that network seemed to gather.
Is it the direction we've been going in?
It's loosely in that direction, but you have a much clearer pinpoint now.
Nice.
Okay. Question. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
Has Imogen, above table, has Imogen always been exalted, or when Odahan
Nuked her.
forced her, did she then become exalted?
Above table, how does the campaign end?
The best that you can ascertain is that, and from what was read in some of the Grim Verity's research notes, is that exaltants are just naturally like the most powerful version of a Ruidus born, but usually through either a severely traumatic event or some sort of outside stimuli causes them to exalt into their realized self. So you get the sense that she's probably always been an exaltant, but it took that moment to unlock her.
So theoretically, Fern could be an exaltant, but just hasn't reached that
In
level
waiting.
yet. In waiting?
I think it's different because I was like made by design as opposed to like natural. Right?
Best that you can tell, exaltants have always been exaltants. They just didn't know the full potential of their power.
Okay.
And there are many more Ruidus born that are just faintly Ruidus born and kind of affected by those energies.
Okay.
But are kind of the long historical predecessors of this thousands-year-long process of Ruidus, of Predathos getting to whatever its end is.
Our orders are clear. Beat the shit out of Fern until she levels up.
Nothing's happening. Ow! Another above table. Did we ever learn about is Odahan Ruidus born?
Odahan is also exalted.
Yeah, she's an exaltant.
Oh, she's an exaltant. That's right. I know that.
And so is
Like
Ludinus.
way
Ludinus
more
is not.
powerful exaltant than
Ludinus,
me.
you don't know.
Liliana is though.
Yeah, Liliana's exaltant.
So
Though in all of your networking, you haven't seen anything
Makes it sound
regarding
like, like mixers and. Like,
I know that when you're all just hanging out. You've never been able to recognize any signature or tether towards Ludinus, which means either he doesn't, or he's hidden it somehow. You don't know.
Tricky dick.
Or he's not a person.
Should we press on? Don't we still have a few hours of cloudness?
Storm's still
Sure, rest is an
outside,
hour.
though.
And all this conversation is happening toward the back end
Still,
of our
doing
hour.
its thing.
But can't we press through? We gotta.
We could, but it would we'd risk being dispersed.
So this
When
is
you got a direction, did you get a distance?
Not really, because it was just kind of imagine like a pinpoint lattice. Yeah, a cluster of five is a way to put it in the middle of a shadowed space. So you have a direction, but you have no idea of the scope or scale of what you were looking at.
There's no map key.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad you waited. I'm glad you waited because I feel like we need more research. We need more stuff to know because we also don't know if like you do give yourself over. Because I feel like some of the other Ruidus born that we've seen, they don't have Do they have the markings that Imogen does? We don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen,
I know.
The only other exalted that you've really encountered aside from your mother is
Odahan.
Odahan. And she has been armored
Covered
from
up.
pretty much neck down.
Thank you for doing what you did.
Yeah.
I feel like the thing that makes you such a risk is also our greatest strength right now. Makes you kind of like one of Letter's coin flips.
They always are right, though.
That's right.
Only takes one wrong one to be fair.
Do we take the extra time, go to the city, try to see more, or do we head back and let them know what we found so far?
We are not ready to head back.
We don't know anything
so
about
much more.
the Rylorans.
It would be great if we could find some glimpse of the Imperium and also to find out the layout of this place.
Yeah. So?
Can let the Imperium know that they've got allies on Exandria.
And then you give in.
Wait, did you say the Imperium is what the Rylorans call the Ruby Band?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the Imperium.
That's
They're
what I
the
heard.
good,
Sorry.
they're the good Rylorans, right?
Who are the goodies and who
The
are the
Imperium
baddies?
are the Rylorian that work with the Ruby Vanguard.
Correct.
Yes.
The
Oh.
Imperium is the faction that is aligned with the Ruby Vanguard.
Oh, so they're
We don't-
bad.
Yeah, those are the
Oh,
baddies.
why did I write down good
You didn't read
Rylorans?
Danny's notes like I did.
Stevie wrote down Imperium and also good Rylorans. Nope.
Not to be confused with an Imperium.
Yep.
Baddie.
Are there good
Yeah,
Rylorans?
there
We
are.
don't know what their name is.
There are.
No, but the one that I called
Yes.
before we left was saying that they were not part of the Imperium.
Yeah, you've encountered Rylorans that stated they didn't have an affiliation with the Imperium.
They looked at them and they were like, "You icky."
I don't like
I don't like them.
What we know is we don't know much.
We need to
Don't
know.
much.
Do we want to, before we head out, do we want to do a quick, well, we got to figure out how we're going to cloud out of this, and
Almost as rapid as it swarmed in,
Oh, look at that.
the wind begins to fade,
Hey.
and light begins to return to the outside of the cave entrance. These storms can be devastating and fast, but they can also leave just as quickly as they arrived.
On foot, here we go.
Instantly. Let's go.
Wait, real quick. Wait.
What?
I take Pate, who I spent the time to summon again.
Whoa, where are we?
Oh my god, that's right! You totally died right before we got to the moon! We're on the moon!
That's so freaking cool!
I know!
So what's the plan?
Okay, well, we're kind of on a sneak mission.
I'm good at those.
You can't you gotta be quiet, alright? And in fact, so we're gonna turn into clouds. And you can turn into clouds, but we can fly so fast when we're clouds, so...
Well, I've never tried.
No, you can't. I'm not trying to shoot you down. I believe in you. You can do anything you want. You just can't turn into clouds. But you get to take a little ride in the bag of holding.
Ooh, what's that?
So I actually have a little mission for you. Your own
Ooh,
little...
I like missions.
You have your own little mini mission.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You ready?
This is smart.
I'm gonna put you in the bag of holding.
All right, what's that?
It's like a little pocket void where there's no air, but it's okay because you don't breathe.
Okay, that sounds fun.
But here's the fun part.
Yeah.
We stuffed a giant behemoth of a Ryloran in there.
Whoa.
So I need you to go in, look around, see if you can find them. Tell me if they're alive or dead or if they've exploded from like extreme pressure or something like that.
What?
And then
Okay.
I'm going to pull you back out.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me what you saw.
Sure.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Auntie Fern's bag. Hop in.
Ready?
Got shoved in something else and then in the back.
I'm digging a little hole in the back right now.
What did you see?
It's just very dark in there. It's nothing but just darkness.
You didn't see anybody else or anything else?
No, I just kind of did a little loop in this space and there was nothing there.
Oh, so I guess they're all in their own little compartments. They do.
That's a good idea. I think it's just huge.
It's just that huge.
Yeah.
I thought about it here. I really did.
Well,
What's going on over there? All right, as long as you're...
So, the nature
You'll
of
be
the
in
bag
there
of
for
holding,
longer. Oh, yes.
as you kind of put the two and two together, is it's like a void space. So you put the item in there, and it just kind of vanishes in this void space. And there is a limit to it, but they just kind of exist in this void space.
Yep.
And then when you think about it as you reach in, they kind of it manifests in your hand.
I think we should pull out the The big guy.
The right Lord.
What are you talking about?
We're making plans.
You're just talking and
Do it on your own time.
This is our own time.
Down here is our time.
Should we just pull them out?
The right
I'm having a bad
The
idea.
right
Yeah, let's
Lauren?
fuck him up right here if he's alive.
Leave them here.
We're in the
Turn
cave.
to the clouds.
agree.
We
We reach in and we pull out the fatty.
Do it.
The
You reach in
juggernaut.
and you pull, you grab in, and you can feel the arm, like the heavy wrist, this thick trunk-like wrist of the juggernaut. And as you like tug, I mean, like even getting him in there was like a stretching the limits of what the bag can do, and it was like a group effort to like. Well, actually, getting him in there, you put him in there as a possum.
Yeah.
Getting him out is a whole different scenario.
Come on, bitch!
As you tug on him, and it gets like one arm and a shoulder out, and it's
Dead?
it's definitely
Limp?
dead.
Oh,
The
okay.
hand is limp, but it's not coming out.
Oh,
You know what?
leave it.
There's a way around this. Go to town, it's in my eyes!
like a cavern horror film.
Rocky Horror.
Yep.
Rocky Horror. Say little shops.
This is the Sam Raimi moment of this current session.
Oh boy.
Blood splatter on the wall side,
God.
buzzsaw sounds, and cutting. Laudna in the corner, grinning like a child on Saturday morning.
Turning into Honey from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Yep. But you have now a Rylora Juggernaut in pieces. Individual arms, legs, head.
Finger for me.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
We should actually put these back because to Fern's point, we could need bait, we could need a distraction. You never know when you'll need a
need all of
thigh.
it? Maybe just
Sure
a-
you do.
I mean, just like a
You want
couple
to leave
pieces.
something behind?
Yeah, for the whatever lives here.
Oh, like a little tip.
Is this an insane place to try and plant something? Is it like I've been
tell me.
trying to like tap with my hammer and see if I can like
There's soil
get
or
soil
rock?
down like
Oh, to
I can
plant
something.
What are you trying to plant?
Well,
Oh wait, do we have
We
a
owe it-
thing
we owe it
that we're
debt.
supposed to plant on the moon? We told what? It's a seed.
Yeah, from the old mine spring. We owe a debt, and
I mean, it's up to you. Think. What does a fungus need to survive?
see, that's what I was saying. I think we should do it deeper. I think we should do it under, because remember, it was low. It was deep underground when
That's
we
very
found it.
fair.
I think we need to plant it deeper. I want to do it
okay, I was just triple checking.
deeper.
Want to do it deeper?
Yeah.
Okay.
The juggernaut is just like it has its like has
That's
like
gonna be
its
hard.
helmet part on the top. Its head just kind of like
Harder.
off to the side.
We're gonna put
I'm
some
leaving his head for the
Okay.
cave, though.
We'll leave his torso and we'll put some of the
Limbs
his
and-
limbs
yeah.
back in there. Limbs are easier to get out.
Did he didn't have anything interesting on him, did he?
He had his bone cestus, which are like these giant, kind of nasty-looking, like knuckle weapons that are across his fingers that are made from some sort of extremely dense bone that have these like barbed hooks, like it's been either carved to make them or maybe they are naturally formed in whatever they took them from. But those are grips on the hand. That was adorable.
That was really cute. Well, shit, let's keep those, man. Fuck.
Yeah, we'll take those.
There are, bits of like shoulder armor and spikes, all manner of just like battle attire and adornment on it.
I'll take one of the shoulder spikes as like a pauldron for dressing.
Okay.
It'll let people know not to fuck with us.
I'll take the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Like father, like son.
I was just curious.
My 3 cents.
All right. Yeah, I'm good then.
Okay.
Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter.
Can we take the little wall?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can
great.
totally take those.
Great.
Onward.
All right, shoving pate back in the bag.
Okay, pate's back in the bag.
No coins or potions or anything like that, right? Just the weapon stuff. Yeah, great. Let's do it.
Oh, quickly. Apple fritter. Apple fritter.
Thank you.
Apple fritter.
Oh, thank you.
Apple fritter.
What does it give us again?
4 temporary hit points.
On top of the max that we have?
Yes, those are different. Those are. Yeah.
Wait, just a flat 4?
4 temporary.
Everybody?
If you, no, not you.
Oh, that's fine.
Or Travis.
That's fine.
Who's Travis?
You're beefy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sounds fucking awesome.
This fucker has more hit points than I do now.
Oh, I did
But I'm
not know
good.
that. Oh,
Because I
next
can
time.
take
Which
half
parts of
damage.
the Juggernaut are you keeping?
Limbs and asshole. No, limbs and head.
Limbs and head, okay.
Limbs and head.
All right, so you put the limbs of the head back in the bag with pate, leaving the torso
Just like a
behind.
hot dog.
Yes.
Lips and asshole.
Really don't.
Okay.
You gather your materials and concentrate for a moment before you all dart back off into the atmosphere beyond this cavern and back up into the sky above, coasting up the side of this mountain peak and over in the direction that you recall from your vision. You continue on for the next hour or so in that direction, enjoying this breaking up of the dust storms that put you there. But you can still see the tumultuous landscape pushing around you, as well as the closing of sunlight upon the surface of this part of Ruidus.
Really?
You sense the coming of night.
Another sick day coming.
Apparently. But you begin to come towards a secondary mountain range that kind of pushes just beneath the direction you're going, this long, thin ridge that kind of winds on each side, and you can see kind of forks off in different directions, almost like a weird bone shape, where like the edges of it kind of splinter off on the edges. You could see 3 different patterns of chasms that kind of break around the base, and one that kind of cuts straight through and divides it in the center, where it looks like the mountain range itself kind of tumbled in. There's a gap of about a quarter mile or so that just kind of just falls into darkness. You also, as you continue along, you can make out a couple more of these small herds that are kind of curling up the side of the mountain range to the right-hand side. And you kind of follow the site of where they're going, and the next thing you see are a handful of flickering bits of light.
Going down.
And as you get a little bit closer, you see a village. Kind of folded in part of this kind of dual rising spires on part of this mountain range, kind of nestled in the center of it. From what looks like, I can only describe it as a moon ranch with paddocks, little abodes that are kind of built into the sides of that crevice, and you can see probably 60 to 70 more of these beasts, all kind of nestled in there. It's unique to have grown up where you had, to see similar arrangements of the local livestock. And you see figures moving and tending to it below. Beyond that, you can see kind of the storms still approaching, though quite a distance off, but you know there'll be more dust to come. What would you like to do?
I want to seek shelter and meet some locals personally. This is what we're here to do.
Yeah.
This is the perfect place.
We should land a little bit outside of it, though, and
walk up.
Yeah.
Remove our...
Question, though. Maybe it's best to do a little wispy flyby?
I know I want to get close and see if they look like they're dressed like the Imperium or like the Rylorans that I've called.
Because if we come trotting through as the Ruby Vanguard and they're not welcome here, that might not be good.
Smart.
Okay. You kind of coast down closer and kind of do a slow, distant buzz at the top of this village. And it's... You gather the population here probably couldn't be more than 1,000 people tops, kind of scattered amongst all these different homes. It kind of reminds you of a smaller Zephyra in some ways, because it is kind of high in the mountains and kind of nestled in. But the first thing you notice is everything here is very simple. The homes and abodes are kind of smoothed rock or made of like thatch and mud that have kind of dried over, and it kind of gives this kind of almost like a natural popcorn sort of vibe amongst the different clusters of homesteads between the open portions of paddocks and holding areas for the various livestock. You can see some of that red brush and odd plant life has been cultivated in clusters here and within some of the shaded sections of the broken rock, where portions of the mountain have actually been damaged and carved away to make room to kind of plant this sustainable sort of pattern to maintain the livestock. You also see amongst the populace, in a quick glance overhead, there are I'd say only about maybe 20% of the population appears to be Ryloran. The majority of the rest of the people here are much shorter and squatter folk. Just at a quick pass by, there's a people here you've never seen before.
Ooh.
Most of them are heavily swathed in kind of like hooded shawls and kind of tattered bits of robes made of a heavy material that kind of when it billows like starched canvas almost. So when the gusts hit it, almost like cracks as it moves behind it. And when they're moving out of the wind, it doesn't billow with them, so it's almost like statues moving through. Occasionally you catch the sight of a hand, and it's thick, meaty grasps that grab reins, and you begin to recall the vision you had in that cavern as being very familiar in size and form. Too far away to get much more detail beyond that, especially with the night coming to the moon Ruidus.
But we don't see any of like the armor like the Imperium like that we've seen.
Oh, you do see people wearing similar designs. You do not see any Vanguard.
Okay.
But you do indeed see Ryloran wearing similar armor, though less battle-ready front lines. You do see a handful of Juggernauts, as well as just standard Rylorans, but they're like half-armored and more just present. And it doesn't take long to realize that they're definitely keeping watch. They are managing this space. They are ordering these people. And there is kind of a general air of tension in certain arenas.
And maybe we shouldn't walk up. We should get in there, find a shed or something to spend a minute. We don't want to walk up and get confronted by the baddies,
No,
right?
You said like 20%. That's like 200 Rylorans.
20% are Ryloran.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like 20, yeah, like 200 Rylorans.
But if we could get in past them and talk to the people, the real people, we might be able to get a read on what's going on. And
maybe we could hover out and find a spot that is thin on Ryloran and heavy on these others.
Yeah.
Find a hidey spot.
Tensions. Do we see any percentage of the population that looks human or fey or anything
I mean, you're
like
kind of
that?
high up. Do you want to coast closer?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Clouds, right?
Oh, I mean, you are clouds, but you're not invisible. You are still a cluster of mist balls that go.
Yeah, we're
Is it
noticeable.
possible to act casual?
I mean, if we get right down to the ground, can we just look like a dirt devil?
Look low.
Yeah, that's how clouds move.
You could certainly try.
Let me know. I'm going to try really quick to just speed around on the ground and look like I'm. You've seen those little
Dust-
weird
Dust
dust
devil?
cyclones.
Dust devil?
Yeah, dust devil.
Okay.
Just before we even go in, I'm just like grade my performance.
Yeah,
All
let's see it.
You're just moshing as a cloud.
Yeah.
Make a
nice little mosh circle.
Make a performance check for me.
Fuck yes. This is gonna go real poorly. Yep. No, 2.
You watch this wisp of cloud separate from the group and then rush down. It hits the ground and goes.
Yep. No.
And it just kind of overtly looks like it's trying to draw attention.
Shit,
and you see as like 6 of the locals still kind of hoods up, kind of like look back towards it and confused and start like whispering to each other a bit and kind of pointing over to this weird errant little mist pocket that's just kind of shifting around oddly on the ground.
Just gonna Jonah Hill it.
No, I was I was hoping to do this further away from an actual audience, but okay.
I understand.
Yep. No, that's
It's
everyone's
not super
a critic.
close to them, but they still
It's
pick it
that
up
bad.
on
It's
a
that bad,
on a
is what you're
2.
saying.
They pick it up.
Yeah, no, that's real bad.
Who's singing?
Critics
Shorter
are terrible.
folk, Ryloran, or
Shorter
both?
folk.
Yeah.
Shorter folk.
Are there any structures around here? Barns?
There are a number of structures, and you can see some that resemble barns. I mean, best you can. There's no like standard barns here.
Sure.
Everything has kind of a domed feel to it, because a lot of the material that it's built from is from the surrounding rock and or other materials that you haven't even gotten close enough to inspect. There's definitely kind of like a mud or adobe texture in places. You can see areas of like it's almost like a thatch weave to it, but you haven't seen anything that could create thatch here. And as the light continues to fade, like color begins to mute and texture begins to blur. So at the distance you're keeping, you're losing detail the longer time goes.
We won't be able to. We can't take a long rest here, y'all.
Why not? These
could be
allies.
We will lose our. But there's Ryloran here too, and we'll lose our misty forms.
How many more hours do we have of it, though?
You have about 5 hours left.
Oh,
that's a
We
lot.
can't take a long rest.
We gotta talk to these people, find out what's going on.
Yeah.
That's fine, but
do it in a group.
We'll be traveling in the night.
hours. We'll lose our fast travel.
We got to talk and get out and keep going towards the city.
One person go in, ask questions, get out.
Anything I was going to say, like if we are sneaky and go window to window, do you think we can find some sort of public house, something like that? Something that
certainly try.
Yeah, you want to scout
Somewhere
around
where
for
there's not Ryloran's poking in and it's just the locals.
something private.
You watch as it's getting darker, and as you're having this conversation and kind of planning amongst yourself, taking in the scenery, and as the shadow of night begins to creep across the ruddy landscape of Ruidus, the interior of these abodes begin to brighten up. This kind of faint bluish green color. Some of them kind of almost a purple tint. And you can see that most of these beasts are brought into their respective paddocks and kind of the locks and doors closed upon them. You can see many of them kind of bundle up together and form these almost like masses of fur and horn and bundle down so they can sleep through the storms and be unbothered. There isn't an air or tension of oppressive violence or anything in the city, but there's definitely like people are working under watch.
From where we are, can we see any signs of like horticulture or mining, or is it literally like the management of livestock on land?
From what you can tell here, make a perception check for me.
I should have rolled one of those. 17.
17, not too bad. You don't see any signs of an open mine or a mining enterprise here at all. The largest things and the easiest to see are the livestock management here, but there are clusters of these villages where you can assume there's probably other crafts involved, or maybe less overt and land-intensive endeavors that are transpiring.
No clear like rows of crops or like mining or...
There's no crops.
Belts. Got it.
There's no farmland that you can see.
Cool.
What you can see are where they've planted all of this kind of red brush that you've only seen at a distance into all these different cracks in the stone. You can see where like some of the cracks seem natural, some look like they've been carved deep into it, and in these places of shadow, you can see kind of where that red flora is kind of bursting forth. And occasionally you can watch as some of these massive bison-like creatures will stumble up and start eating from it.
Well, we should talk to people quickly before they all start going to bed, and then we're
Who
very
wants to do
creepy.
this?
Maybe some of our shorter members.
I could try.
Two shorties.
Oh, right.
Or unless we have someone who can change their appearance to look like them.
Oh,
I can disguise myself.
You can?
Yeah.
The only thing is they might not speak common. So I can speak to them telepathically and they can understand me.
I have... What do I have?
Fern, can you disguise
I can
somebody?
touch Fern
Let
and
me
give
see.
her the ability to understand any spoken language.
All right.
And speak it.
Great.
When Delilah came back, I got Eyes of the Rune Keeper again, so I can read.
Oh, nice.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I could... And it's not concentration, so I could do it on 2 people. I could touch 2 people and you can talk their language.
Maybe send on our charisma people.
That would be
Pretty good charisma.
Fern. And you? Or Orem?
No, my charisma's
My
not great.
charisma's...
She's-
That's what my spell is
she's
based
max.
in.
I'm just the smartest
Then you
person
two.
in this group. That's
I'm
all.
also Max.
My persuasion is...
You're max.
Max for...
Oh, you're max charisma.
Yeah, you are.
Sorcerers.
Yeah,
It's our
sorcerers.
spellcasting
Max
thing.
charisma.
Damn.
Get in there.
Should you guys
All right,
go?
ladies.
We can do it.
But you can't look like them. But usually it doesn't matter. If you got high enough charisma, you can still.
None of us look like them.
Yeah, you guys go.
Okay.
Sure.
You want to go? You want to go?
And we can find some children.
God, I don't like the way you said that.
Because, all right.
I was with you.
They're innocent.
They're innocent and they're brutally honest and they tend to not have machinations or a motive to
Plus,
hide
dressed
things.
this way, they'll listen to you if you ask them to come over, right? The
We
Ruby
should maybe
Vanguard seem to be in
change.
charge around here.
Well,
I don't know. Well,
it could just be
Something we
Rylorans
can do to buff you guys up.
are not nice in general. I
Could
don't
be.
know.
What did you say the features were of
We
these?
couldn't see them. We
We're
just
too
saw-
far away.
He said
Too far
meaty
away.
hands.
You can see that they seem to be bipedal, humanoid, but they're definitely like squat. And as they move, what you can see when their hands reach out and grab, their fingers are that thick, and it's very like these massive, extremities proportionally to what are kind of shorter, thicker, like more exaggerated than dwarves to a certain extent. And there seems to be kind of a hunch and a hulkingness to them, but you have no real proportional size beyond just the few ones that pass by, and you gather they're probably no more than 4 feet tall. They're just bulky.
I'm willing to put, I guess, good money, whatever that means here, that most Rylorans are fucking fine.
Yeah.
We have only met ones at military and battle posts, and if I only met people from military and battle posts, I think everyone was a piece of shit, which I kind of do, but still.
Can we find a spot outside of the visual range to transform?
Yeah.
Like a barn.
Yeah, shed something.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we were looking for.
Okay.
You find what looks to be some sort of a storage shed-like dome that sits on the outskirts of the nearest side of this village. You shift over that space and you can see this one kind of fenced-in area. There's one figure that's currently in the process of carrying a large satchel that is filled with what looks like those red kind of leafy bush kind of harvested clusters inside, as well as another odd-looking kind of almost like a faint aqua or turquoise colored material. You don't know what it is, and you watch as they're kind of reaching and putting them out into what looks like a round trough.
Cool.
And there's currently there's no other creatures in this area. It's like they're preparing for something. You can just see them from the back, like their hood up. But the storage shed they came from, the door is ajar, and it looks like it's maybe about 15 by 20 feet, like a kind of an ovoid shape, a little bit, for the strongest dome structure.
We'll go in there.
Yep, you
Especially
all-
if it's getting dark, we can.
it's getting dark. It's easy enough. You all kind of filter inside.
Sounds good.
Do some of us want to stay in wispy form and be Overwatch?
Yeah,
I think so.
In case you get
Smart.
a visitor?
I'll have to change to cast this on you, so I'll start the process of changing back.
Do we want some emergency muscle? I'll wait behind, but
Sure, just to stay in
That
here.
makes
just in case.
sense. Yeah.
Sure.
it's going to take
Okay.
10 minutes
So
for everyone to
wispy,
change
wispy,
anyway.
wispy,
And we can
going in.
It should only take
we
2
can
minutes.
talk in our minds even from cloud.
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
Yep. Cool.
So who's staying in?
I'm clouding it for perception.
Clouds, hands up.
Okay, so that's 3 of you are staying up there, and the rest of you are going down. Okay.
I don't know if the Ruby Vanguard cloaks are the right approach. I'm wondering if we should
I think we should take them off when we.
talk to them.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good for walking
I
around.
have
I'm gonna
to
take it off.
I have to cast spells on them.
You know what? I'm gonna get down with FCG.
Come on down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 5 of you down, 2 of you in the air.
Great.
Okay. The 5 of you just down into the ajar entryway to this storage chamber. As you pull into the dark space inside, there is no light source in here. You get the sense that the entity that was using it probably brought along some sort of light source or doesn't need it. You're uncertain. But you kind of come inside. You have dark vision, so you can make up the interior here. It is just shelves and bundles of supplies. It's a storage room. You can see there's lines of tools, some for harvesting, some for training and domestication of beings. A lot of like harnesses. You can also see a lot of empty containers and satchels that are kind of hung up on the side. All sort of just like yard and farm work type materials, but familiar in the sense that they're all completely unfamiliar until you begin to see them in context. You're like, okay, this is a tool shed. This is a storage shed. But yeah, it's pretty full, so it's not like a wide empty space. You're all kind of cramped if you were to revert, but you can do it.
All right. We do it.
All right. You all begin to transform back. Your body's coming to form. About 30 seconds into that transformation, the two of you notice the figure kind of like finishes up and starts walking back towards the storage shed.
Oh boy. Incoming.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, we're gonna just pop up, right?
Comes around the corner, you hear this like dull whistle. Steps inside, and you see they pull this like little necklace up from their neck and kind of flick it twice with their giant meaty hand, and you hear like the ting ting as it does. Sweet. It glows this like faint blue glow, and all of you, mostly apparated, stand there in the middle of the space as the creature looks up towards you.
Don't scream. Please don't scream. In his head, he hears it just in case he can't understand what we're saying.
And now as you look at the face lit up, you can see kind of the hood pulled back a little bit. This extremely like rotund, almost cherub-like face with mostly black eyes. Just the very edges of it, you can see whites that are available with like wrinkles underneath here and like smile marks. Just a flesh nub where the nose would be with just slits, and this kind of deeply set mouth that is just open and agape, and the rest of it's kind of, the cloak is covered around it as it kind of holds the thing.
No.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I assist her? Can I aid in that by like throwing up my hands and telling them like, hush?
Or would that give me disadvantage?
No, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because it's Laudna.
But
I'll allow it. I'll allow
like
it.
them.
yeah, we don't look like that. They don't know that she's scary
you're
looking.
aliens to each other.
We're both
That's
scary.
true. I mean, you're both scary, so yeah, it will make a difference.
There too, right?
And I'm there.
Natural 20.
Nice.
For a total of
We're all in there.
33.
Whoa.
Who are you?
Oh,
He speaks in common.
Cool. Just save me 2 spell slots.
And that's where an
We want to talk to him.
I know. And we'll start the next episode with this conversation.
Okay.
I envision this almost like a weird muscular pod person from Dark Crystal. That kind of like a face vibe a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my
Human skin tone or a certain color?
The blue is kind of making it change. Like everything here is lit blue around his necklace, so you can't really tell in this dark light.
Cool.
But yeah.
Whoa, we got a new
Oh boy!
Knew it. We're on the fucking moon.
Cool.
Ruidus has been around for a while and has its own ecosystem.
Oh man, I'm stoked.
And this is only the surface.
I'm stoked.
Stop it.
I've been waiting for this for so long.
Good shit, Matt.
Yeah.
Good.
This is a fun game.
Fun. This is really fun.
Yeah, this is
All
a
right.
game.
Well,
Shut up.
We'll pick this up next episode. Thank you all so much for joining us. We love you very much. And is it Thursday?
Yeah.
Good night.